Welcome, friends and fans of fisticuffs and finishes. You're here in the right spot. The ESFL Week 2 of Season 4. I'm the Analyst desk host, Boiler, here with Florida State's own Satchmo Life and the Doctor. Gentlemen, how you doing this fight day?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm just ready to see some fisticuffs, as you mentioned, and should be a good set of fights today.
Indeed, it's going to be hopefully a fantastic card through and through here, Boiler.
Oh, for sure. I mean, last week was, in my opinion, one of the best cards we've ever put on, and it was our first team-based of Season 4. It was the Xbox. We're going to PlayStation this week, but let's talk a little bit about last week. We had 4 matchups. All of them were 2-1, so it's best of 3. No blowouts, no 3-0. Every match counts in the end, but starting off, we had KM versus Vex. KM with the big win. Gentlemen, can you run us through that a little bit?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, for Kingsman, I thought the one lock for them would have been Caliber beating Gaines, but it was actually Gaines that got the win there, and the other two guys pulled through for KM. So that was something interesting. A lot of upsets happened, and makes the fight games really interesting.
For sure. Doctor, tell me a little bit about this team format and what are you thinking about it? And you got to really show up for your team, but even if your team loses, you can get that win. You can still get that tiebreaker like what happened here with KM and the others.
Yeah, exactly. The team format's an interesting one because you've got to make sure all 3 parts of your team are there on the day to showcase. Because on KM fight, you had the Matty D show up a bit unsteady, and M-Town managed to get that win for KM. And you mentioned the Caliber fight was secure, but I would argue the Matty fight was also secure for Matty. So it's a case of making sure you show up for your team, because otherwise it puts them in jeopardy, Boiler.
For sure. A lot of that peer pressure. Second fight. Bang Bangs Bullies, the Xbox version versus Diddy Boxing. You guys, your own camp. Satchmo with the big win. Run us through that, Satch. And then, Doctor, I want to hear about, the couple losses you had and some opportunities and how the rest happened. But Satchmo, let's start off on a good point.
Man, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone in the community, they said I was down, they said I was out. The first round was terrible for me. But, real champions, what they say, man, when you hit the floor, real champions get back up. And that's exactly what I did. You just persevere. And when I saw my moment, I started putting on the pressure, got him against the cage, hit him with that bop, bop, and it was all over.
Good win. Doctor dropped the other 2. Did DB obviously come back next week? Come back swinging. It's a long season, but what happened with those couple fights? What kind of adjustments you looking at here?
We were looking to build that striking game up again. You had Noble's loss against Blackout, but again, he put on a hell of a performance. That first round was a grappling masterclass by him. My one went a couple few ways that I wasn't quite expecting.
Hey, man, ESFL is a different game. Let me tell you what, ESFL jitters are real, and it gets the best of the best, so anything can happen. Move on to the third matchup from last week. The Elite Kings, EK, took out LW, Lethal Weapon Esports, 2-1. Satch, what did you have to say about this matchup?
I thought EK looked great out there. Even in the fight they lost, which was Tadpole, I thought Tadpole was winning. But Hybris, that's how you pronounce it. I've never heard of this dude before his fight. But if you pronounce it Hybris, he was able to get the finish right at the end. It's exactly what I'm talking about. When everyone says counts you out, you got to be the one to step up and say, "Nah, it ain't over till I say it's over." That's exactly what he did. But other than that, I thought EK looked really good, and they could be some serious title contenders this season.
Yeah, you think EK could be stopped on the Xbox side, Doctor?
Maybe. This is the beginning card from top to bottom, as you mentioned, the last 2 team formats and the last 2 team fights as well. Both of them had upsets. So it could very well be. It seems like this team format is leading to a lot more upsets than you're typically used to seeing. So it's kind of interesting to see how it goes on to develop here.
For sure. I think so too. And looking at this fourth matchup from last week, BFAP versus the Flow State Dons. Hey, Flow State Dons got it done. That's such an elite matchup. Both these teams are stacked. Satch, which one of these was maybe the most surprising for you?
Well, honestly, I thought Zayef losing the Fatinator was very surprising. I think Zayef is, one of, if they're not the top competitor this season. And seeing him go down round 1, even though Fad is a very game competitor, it was just surprising to me. Other than that, Dirty Dave almost clutched out a win versus Jamie using his wrestling. But Jamie, lucky enough, to get the split decision there. So this was really a preseason matchup of what you might see in the postseason. Both these teams are very elite, and it was a great matchup.
Yeah. Trix himself came out, won that final matchup to make sure it wasn't a 3-0 sweep. Multiple folks on those actually throughout the card went to ESFL Live. So it's just amazing to see this momentum continue. And I'm really stoked for the season 4 format. Before we get into today's matchup, the PlayStation, I want to ask both of you guys just a little bit about this team strategy. You know, number one, building a team. Doctor, what's it like to try to recruit guys? Of course, you know, we got fight camps, but a lot of unaffiliated folks join teams this year. What did this team format do? And what kind of walk us through the last couple months since it was announced until you had to construct your team?
The format itself is beneficial in building your groups, making sure that people are always better. So you start seeing camps form around that aren't just grapplers or aren't just strikers, and they start to form to have kind of both sets. In some cases, though, you do have the main strikers like B3 and the main grapplers like BFAT, but it's interesting to see how these camps are going to they've started to develop and then going to develop further as the format goes on to see what areas they need to improve on it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. Satch, tell us what you think about the teams and the growth of fight camps, good or bad for the sport.
I mean, when the excuse me, when it was announced that we were doing fight camps, I was the biggest critic. I always thought that excuse me, sorry.
Choke it up. Now it's egg on your face because it's the best thing the ESFL has ever done. I'm just kidding, of course. No, walk us through why were you a little, worried about it or not sure about it at first? Satch. Yeah, let's take a look at the schedule. Satch drinks some water. We're getting through all the way until early December. Then we're going into the playoffs. So, as you can see, alternating each week's no bye weeks. Pretty grueling schedule here. So, Doctor, when you're looking at such a long schedule in the playoffs, obviously you guys didn't win your first matchup. Going back to the team strategy, and it's not just the individuals. How do you try to build that morale back up, for your team after a loss?
If you're on a losing team, that means you've got two out of your three competitors who have most likely lost. And it's the case of what you do is you look at how they've lost, what they need to improve on, and go to improve that for the following week. And maybe that's and that's your focus. You use your base, you improve the other stuff, and then you just go further and further and further along as you do. You just make sure you're always paying attention to what's making you lose, and then you improve. It's adjustments, and that's what the game is about. It's making the adjustments just not in a round, but round by round, but across the board as well.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Satch, let us know. Why were you a little worried about team format? And have you fully gone the other way? Are you still taking in info? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I just want to say after the last event, I understood what the team format is about. It was so exciting. Like I got the win and then my teammates lost, but it was all exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to support your team. You're a lot more invested in other people's fights. You know what I'm saying? When I was watching Doc out there for a second, it's like you win and lose as a team, so you felt that a lot more. So it is very interesting. Now I don't know if it's going to be the future because obviously when it comes to competitive sports, someone wants to be the champion. At the end of the day, that's always going to be a mantra in the sport. But for this season at least, I do like how it's going.
Nice. Well put. All right, let's go ahead and move on to today's matchups. Here's the week 2 team matchups. We don't have the lineups yet. They're pretty much being announced as we put this out there. Guys, since we don't have the exact matchups quite yet, I want to talk more high level about these teams and their rosters as a whole. Satch, name 2 teams that you think are your favorites to win it all on the PlayStation side, maybe a couple of the players on those teams that you're really looking forward to seeing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to look at EK. What they've done this offseason, they've recruited so many top talented players, and most of them ended up on the PlayStation side. Guys like Nas, Kratos, Gamp, JC21, Dabakin, those are all some of the most elite players that we saw last season, and now they're all in one team. So for me, they're easily the favorite. Now, if there's one team that can upset them, it's going to be Dark. Dark lost Dive, which was their main man, but they still have Romero, who he won the ESFL Live event. They have Crooks, Goat 1099, who won the big event. So those are my 2 teams that I think is going to win.
Oh, for sure. They are freaking stacked. So the format, for those who may not know, it's essentially blind submission of the lineups. So there are weights already pre-decided earlier in the season, or excuse me, earlier in the week. And just before we go live every Sunday, the teams submit their fighters. They don't know who the other team is choosing, and we announce it just before. And it's, you know what weight you're training for, but you really don't know who you're going to be going up against. Doctor, what's that like? And maybe you can give us a dark horse for who you think might come out of PlayStation and at least make the playoffs, if not make a run to the title.
B3 would be that camp.
Okay.
As a dark horse. I feel like they have the equivalent. Like you mentioned Dark and you mentioned Ekane, yeah, both of them are stacked. But if you look at B3, they are a striking masterclass clinic house. They have all the strikers, and so anybody who's going to lose to win against B3 is going to have to grapple, I feel like, and that's going to be the normal case. Whenever you see B3, are they going to be a striking camp or are they going to be a grappling camp? Because if they're a grappling camp, B3 is probably going to be concerned. If they're a striking camp, however, maybe the other team has to be concerned.
One of the biggest draws on the entire ESFL history is Prioxis. His Toon Squad showing up. I'm really stoked for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Satch, what does Toon Squad got to do to show that, hey, they really are the elite of the elite?
Well, honestly, we all know how talented Prioxis is in the striking department. You know, a lot of people, like, for the past couple of years since Prioxis, took a break, didn't like beating the ESFL, people are saying, oh, he's washed, he's this, he's that. Prioxis is still one of the most elite strikers in this game. What they have to show is their grappling. Once you take a break off ESFL, when you play ranked, not as many people are going to try and grapple you. So if Prioxis can show that he can get up off the bottom against guys like Suave, Jamie, and Dabican, it's going to be impressive, and that's what's going to show us that he's still an elite competitor, and he can lead his team to success.
Nice. Doctor, any other thoughts, whether it's on Toon Squad or any of these other matchups we're looking at today?
I mean, if we get Bang Bang versus Pry in this second week, that's going to be one hell of a fight. There's a lot of animosity between those two. So even those two camps going at it to begin with on the first week, it's going to be an interesting case to see.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, folks, we're just ready to head in to the main comms and get this thing rolling. Be sure to follow us, ESFL, on all the social medias, on Twitch, on YouTube. Hit us up. And myself, Boiler569 on Twitter and Twitch. Best place to find me. Satch, where can they find you?
Snatch my life on YouTube, man. We're going up, going to the moon. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, man.
All right, Doctor, how about yourself?
If you want to find any more of my commentating action, check me out at Primetime MMA.
Primetime MMA for sure. All right, well, that's been the Analyst Desk. Really looking forward to this first PlayStation card of Season 4. Going to throw this over to Bay, and I'm a boxer. Have a great Sunday.
Fast, already Pry. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
A disadvantage was Zayef, but then he.
Waiting too much on tricks. Nice shooting, good turning.
Watching our Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here. Hello everybody and welcome back. Season 4, week 2 of the ESFL here in our cycle of UFC 4. And my goodness, we've got a hell of a show for you tonight. PlayStation this week. Last week, Xbox went head to head, 8 teams. We had a crazy card. It was a crazy event. This new team format is certainly shaping up, and we've heard good things from the community. So thank you. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for another night of fights. Of course, my name is Balian, and tonight I'm joined by the OG, the legend, I'm a boxer. How are you this evening, sir? First time with the team format. Are you ready to go, man?
Yeah, definitely ready to go. Excited about this new team format. A lot of good fights ready. And Bailey is going. We got a burner lined up today, ready to go.
Yeah, man. I mean, these are some of the best players we've seen, and now they're obviously in teams. 8 teams tonight going head-to-head in groups of 4. So we're going to see a lot of action, a lot of the highest players. And, you know, these guys didn't know who they were fighting. They submitted these lineups anonymously. So it's all kind of... There's a lot of factors going on here, Boxer. It adds to the excitement. You never know what you're going to get, but we'll show the lineup in a second. How are you feeling about just, you know, this new format?
Oh, man. So the new format is very interesting. It adds an element of suspense. You know, we've seen these fighters fight in the previous format for seasons after season. So now, you know, how do you work in this team format, in this team structure? Because there's a lot of things that go on, you know, behind the scenes inside of each team. We know how good you can perform by yourself, but now how good can you perform as a team and do what your team needs to get a team victory? So
yeah,
totally different dynamic.
Yeah, so each team submitted 3 players tonight. Let's take a look at the event card so you guys can see exactly the lineup, exactly the matchup this evening that we have. Because, oh my goodness, it's the creme de la creme. So up first, we have the Showtime Killers who won their entrance through the qualifiers into this season. The Showtime Killers will be taking on Team No Mercy. And then we have Dark taking on Killers in Action. Then we have Lethal Weapons taking on the Elite Kings. And we have the Tune Squad taking on the Bang Bang Bullies. Now, these guys have submitted 3 players from each team. There was a coin toss. They got the choice of the first weight class or the first pick here tonight as well. So we'll go over the rules as we go through them and they apply. But let's jump straight on over to see the first team lineup here tonight. It's going to be Showtime Killers versus No Mercy. So you guys can see who they locked in for this fine Sunday. And there we go. So Showtime Killers, they put forward Storm, MMA Genius, and The Kel. No Mercy dropped in with Harry, Mezzarine, and Smudger, and that is the lineup here tonight. Boxer, how you feeling about this? Look at this great lineup of fight to get started.
Yeah, when you talk about these fighters right here, these are like some of the best guys. I've seen these guys fight, and whenever you have this team right here, Showtime Killers versus No Mercy, which is like kind of like an underdog kind of pick, I really want to see how they're going to perform and how they're going to show up against Showtime Killers.
That's right. That's right. So every team will play each other once this season, guys. There's going to be 7 weeks of competition between each set. So PlayStation and Xbox. So this is week 1 for PlayStation here tonight. So these guys are matching each other up tonight. Showtime Killers versus No Mercy. This is the only time these guys will fight this season. The first matchup is ready to go here, Boxer. I say we just jump straight on into it. Storm versus Harry. And they had the choice here because Showtime Killers won the coin toss and they went with women's strawweight as the weight class, Boxer. But what can you tell us about these 2 fighters?
Okay, all right, first let's start out with STK Storm. Non-stop pressure, a rounded fighter, and elite at submissions. So if this fight goes to the ground, gonna have to watch out. But Harry over here on the other side, No Mercy Harry, also elite pressure, stick head movement, really good head movement, good boxing combos. So this could be a nice classic matchup between grappler and striker. And we starting out here in the women's strawweight division. We got great matchup here. Joanna versus Wei Lee. The Alien. This is going to be a crazy matchup.
Yeah, great striking picks here. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of a striking showcase. It depends what Storm or Harry want to do, what kind of game plan they've been working with the rest of the team here tonight. A lot of people think Team No Mercy, Harry representing there, they're the the unspoken dark horses of the competition. They are very good. People have said, and obviously we saw Showtime Killers in the qualifying week. They qualified to get into the ESFL, so perhaps looked at as the weakest team. But here we go tonight. Harry in the blue gloves. No Mercy will all be in the blue gloves tonight, and the red corner for Showtime Killers.
All right, now I'm already seeing, look at that movement there, and he has a lot of different ways to take you down is what I'm seeing. But a huge knockdown by No Mercy Harry, and we already see the game plan playing out, Bailey.
Yeah, about 30 seconds in, and Harry's already landed a beautiful left hook around the side. This is a southpaw J-check here that we don't see very often, but it's making it work here with the left hand. The straight landed there nicely as well. Storm trying to hold the ground, trying to give it back, but Harry, woo, 1, 2, 3 lands beautifully. The pressure boxer, this is hard to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, especially coming out from Joanna. Only an 88 power, but that speed is a 96. But Whaley has very good speed also. So Storm, I want to see how Storm is able to get this fight to the ground. I like the movement, but Harry is just lighting him up right now, Bailey.
Yeah, landed a nice leg kick there. That'll stop the pressure, but you got to be careful going those because you will get tagged by the incoming combinations. Harry really loading up on that left hook. Oh, spinning back fist. Bounces off the block, but Storm now toe-to-toe in it. The block gauge is going down. We'll have to be aware of that. Fakes a takedown there to the Superman jab, but it doesn't land with the slip straight. Lead uppercut does. There comes the left hook. Bounces straight back for Harry. Another rock. Could be another one here, boxer. Ooh.
Yeah. Huge left hand there, landed by No Mercy Harry, and they know they're the underdogs, and they're coming out to prove something, Bailey. And I like what Harry did whenever it was up against the cage. He's winging those hooks, and look here, this is the first attempt here, but it might be a little bit too late as Harry was able to deny that takedown attempt, and that is huge, Bailey, and starting out.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is not looking good for Storm, unfortunately. Harry showing up tonight for No Mercy, trying to get a win on the board early. They will go best of 3 here tonight, but if you do win the first 2, we will play the third, so every man who is booked tonight will fight. But right now, they're jabbing this out, trying to find the range.
One thing I like about Storm, I like the movement. I like the major lunges to get out of the pressure, and then what Harry wants to do is throw a hook right into that lunge, and that's exactly what you're doing. You know he's lunging to the left, and Harry wants to throw his right. So maybe Storm might circle out to the other side because Harry is all on it. And a huge knockdown there. Can this be it, Bailey?
Yeah, I mean, Harry just going with a great block-breaking boxing strategy right here, just never relenting off the pressure. And, you know, Storm needs to find a way to counter this. Wow. I think it's probably too late now, boxer, but Harry has done this in 1 round, which is more impressive than anything. And if this is how No Mercy is showing up tonight, I think everyone in the rest of this team needs to be a little bit scared there. What a performance by Harry. Wasted no time, came out with the pressure, southpaw boxing, beat up the block, beat him down, finished him off as well in the first round, boxer.
Oh, man, that was very impressive. I felt like Storm never could get his game plan really fully implemented because he wanted to take that fight to the ground, Bailey. But Harry is able to come out with Joanna with all of that speed of 96 and just lay on that pressure. And the biggest thing about that fight that I saw against the cage, whenever Storm wanted to circle out, Harry was able to land the hooks on the right side to keep him right in place. And there it is. Round 1 goes to the dark horses, Bailey. No mercy.
Man. Yeah, I mean, the dark horses, they're more like unknown horses, right? I mean, like, because I think they've got a lot of respect within the hardcore community, but a lot of people probably have never heard of this team. But at least that's the word on the street, as we say, boxer, isn't it? There we go. But shout out to Harry there, getting it done. I know he's a TikToker as well, so go check him out on that as well. What we can do as well is, just because we got a bit started here, boxer, let's take a look at the lineup for the entire season here, just so people can have a look at how this is exactly playing out over the course of the next few weeks here, reading right up into December. So we're going to alternate Xbox and PlayStation weeks. This is the first week here for PlayStation. So there we go, September 11th, we are here. 18th next week, we're going to go back to Xbox, but you'll see each week a new matchup. All these teams will only play each other once. So Team Squad there drawing B3 tonight. TK going up against EK right there. And yeah, we've got these matchups on the way. These two are just getting things started. Boxer. Yes, go ahead, sir.
These are some amazing logos. Like, I'm really feeling the logos. Which one of these are your favorite? Between Toon Squad and 3B, I mean, they're all like really amazing, man.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I mean, it's just nice to see the teams have put a lot of effort into getting some branding going for their camps. You know, maybe looking for potential sponsors in the future. Who knows? But this is this new format. I think a lot of the players, a lot of the feedback we've been getting, especially in the analyst desk and things like that, you hear them talk about it a little bit, that every fight matters now, because even if you can get a win and your team still loses, even in that scenario, it will play out across these 14 weeks. So Tune Squad fighting B3s tonight. You know, what if those two end up both at the top of the leaderboard? This fight in this first week might be one of the deciding fights throughout the rest of the season. So no matter when you're tuning in and out, you're going to get, you know, something to look forward to each and every week.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm just looking at some of the people that are in some of these fight camps. And I mean, these are the elite people. When you talk about Dark, that's really the one that I really want to understand. And I want to see them perform against Tune Squad, because Dark is kind of like the old guard. And these are the guys I see names like K Young Butter. I see Papa Doc. I mean, these are the elite of the elite, and I really want to see how they perform up against somebody like Tune Squad and Prioxis. And then we got B3 with Bang Bang. Like, so, man, everything is lined up, Bailey, and I really like the format. I think that the fighters should really, and everybody involved should really be excited. Everything's well organized, and looks like we got a nice season ahead of us.
Yeah, we definitely do. I'm wondering if we can't look at the other matchups tonight for the teams, if we can just go to that while we're waiting to get this second fight together. So the first matchup, obviously, tonight was the Showtime Killers and No Mercy. We're doing that right now. But after that, we'll have Dark versus Killers in action. So you guys, let's just take a quick look at who they locked in tonight. So Dark going with Ataman Dino, Papa Doc, and K Young Butter. And yeah, Dino's taking on McGrath. Papa Doc's got Ned tonight, and K Young Butter's got Jimmy. So great matchups there between those two teams. That will be very interesting when we get to that. That's the second team fight tonight. Third team fight tonight, we have Lethal Weapon Esports taking on EK as well. Fantastic matchup here as well. We've got Kratos, JC21, Azura's Flame, and Kratos is going up against Gavin. JC against Perseus, and of course Ungodly there will match up with Azura's Flame. And the fourth fight tonight between two teams here, we've got Bill Frankel picks taking on, oh sorry, that's been mislabeled. It's definitely not that. It's the Tune Squad taking on B3. Oh, these notes. Anyway, we've got Jonathan, Prioxis, Quizzy Kid locked in opposite Leon Stoltz, Host Ninja, and Bang Bang. I know some people wanted to see that Bang Bang lineup matchup tonight. It's not happening tonight, unfortunately, but this is the beauty of this boxer. These guys don't even know. They didn't even know what weight class they were fighting at until Thursday, boxer. So they get a little bit of information at a time in the lead up to here on Sunday. You're going in blind. You just got to train as much as you can because you don't know who you're going to go up against.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing to note, because you know, when I fought in the ESFL, usually you know who you're going to train up against, and you go and you do your scouting and you fight, you know, to their strengths. But now you don't know who you're going to go up against, so you got to train in all facets, and makes for an interesting day of events.
Hell yeah. All right, the second fight is ready, so we're going back to round 2 now of STK versus NM No Mercy. We've got Dobron taking on Mezreen. And boxer, what can you tell us about these two fighters?
Okay, all right, Mezreen, very good fighter here. Heavy top pressure, likes to pressure, can make the fight dirty. And see, those are the type of fighters that really frustrate people because they can take it anywhere. Okay, MMA genius, great combos, great counters, and great on the ground here. Now, this fight is at heavyweight, so never know, one punch, it can just end the night early. So I want to see if they take this pickup here. John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. Francis may have some of the advantage on the feet, but he may not pick that. C versus John Jones. Wow, this could be a really good matchup here, baby.
Yeah, you know, the heavyweights, John Jones favored by a lot of players, especially if you want to get that top position. Mezreen here locked in heavyweight as the weight class, but then went with the DC pick. So Mezreen certainly got a game plan here, perhaps expecting the John Jones picks. Perhaps he has a game plan in mind to counter that, but there we go. Genius locking in John Jones. And No Mercy up 1-0 right now. So if they do win this matchup, they will officially win this, get 1 point on the leaderboard going through for the rest of the season. It's down to this. So MMA Genius in the red corner, representing the Showtime Killers in the blue corner. We've got Mezreen with No Mercy.
All right, yeah. So when you want to stay in close right now, and when you're John Jones, I mean, whenever you're DC, but look at this, in close, and now DC sitting here on his back right now. So let's see right now, can MMA Genius keep this top control?
Well, I mean, that's exactly what you want right at the start of the fight, especially because, you know, that last one, it wasn't over massively quickly, but it was over in the first round. No Mercy came and ran through. But right now we've got, you know, Genius getting a takedown at the very least for Showtime Killers and get some work in early here. Obviously not too much so far. Got bumped back to full guard here. Mesrine building some GA. Well, maybe we'll see a shift in the grappling position depending on these guys' skill level, but some posturing up going on from Genius. He's taking his time with it, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I think right now what Genius just wants to do is just stay safe here in this first round and work on that stamina of Mesrine. And right now, just staying kind of safe in this guard, just landing some of these shots, working on the block, getting a little bit of head damage. And Bailey, and this is a way to kind of steal rounds before really get into it on the feet.
Yeah, I mean, Mesrine keeps trying to hip out to the left-hand side there, but every time Genius is nailing that posture up timing. We're seeing the foot on the hips fake, but then Mesrine's not really doing anything with it. On the other side, Genius isn't actually passing. This is also locked in for 5 rounds, I'm just noticing here. But hopefully we don't have to go the full 5. They have done that and buggered that up, but we'll keep playing through for now anyway. Yeah, lots of GA building from Mesrine here at the bottom of these slow strikes. And given that it's a full guard position, honestly, you can win this position if you're in full guard and you're landing more strikes than your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. So Dubronx right now, to me, is definitely pacing himself for a 5-round fight. Now, if you're Mesrine, you got to figure out a way to get off out of the bottom, and exactly what he did. Has a minute 47 seconds to work here. Now, you need to do more damage than your opponent did if you want to be able to steal this round back. So Bailey, he wants to find a way to posture up. He wants to find a way to get in the crucifix, maybe go into full mount there, but you need to use this last minute and land more damage.
I think he can stay here, right, Boxer? I mean, these elbows, we call them round winners at times here from Side Control because they do just rack up points. They'll score you around nice and easy. He's already done more work on top anyway, so yeah, able to take top position is Mesrine here. Genius stuck. Side Control gets denied there with the quick bump to half guard, and again there as well. It takes advantage, goes to side saddle. Let's see if Mesrine can hold or just chip away at that block a little bit more here.
Yeah, because when you're in that side saddle position, those elbows really do a lot of damage on the block, even when they get blocked. Okay, so 18 seconds, it could be anybody's round. If I was Mesrine, I definitely would just want to land as many elbows, like you said, Bailey, just to see if I could steal this round. 3, 2, 1 seconds, and you never know. Glad we're not judges here, but that's a pretty even round there to start out this fight.
I don't know, man. For me, I think Mesrine definitely stole that. You don't get points at all, really, for being in full guard in this game. If you posture up and land a couple of significant strikes, I mean, he only gets 1, though. Those elbows don't count as significant. I never actually put 2 and 2 together there, but I definitely would go towards Mesrine in that one in terms of the damage done. Oh, the elbows are coming out right now. They're on a sprawl. This is not good, Mesrine. With the early shot this time, Genius able to hit the sprawl, but the backside transition immediate and denied there by Mesrine as well.
Yeah, it's so tough whenever you fight the John Jones opponent, especially when you're at distance, and then when you get in range, here come the knees, here come the elbows, and this is just a straight get up here by Mesrine, and then straight back to the ground, Bailey. But Dubronx was all over that, and look at this, Bailey, and just takedown. I mean, this is going a little bit different. We usually see a lot of stand-up and a lot of striking, but man, we're seeing a wrestling clinic here, a lot of takedowns, a lot of denials, and right now, it's nothing really that they can do but sit here and take these shots from sub-sprawl position.
Yeah, I mean, Genius did a good job to get it back to the mat after Mesrine got that get up. It's a few things that surprising me about Genius. He's always going straight to that backside transition, even though it's being blocked quite easily by Mesrine there, but also that he's given those get-ups from that sprawl position as well. Maybe he's happy for Mesrine to get up, but seems like he could deny that, keep the top position a little more regardless. He's able to mat return again here. Great work. Mesrine, though, and there's the sweep that he's been trying to build the whole time. Good job.
That's a nice sweep. That's a nice sweep. Whenever you can do that, you can get enough GA to make that sweep fast without having to build it up by going to full guard. Okay. Yeah. And I really feel that this is where he wants to be. He wants this fight on the ground. That's why he probably picked DC, because he knew this fight would either go here. Now from half guard, I would
Great.
think that maybe you want to stay there, right, Bailey? Because we saw that these aren't significant strikes, but
no.
from Crucifix, it's a different story.
Yeah, he's doing great GA management as well here now in this side saddle position, dropping these elbows, beating up that block still as the squirming Genius on the bottom gets his way out back to this side control position, but these are landing, and again, round winners adding up here. The only unfortunate thing I'm doing now is looking at the clock and noticing that they have locked in for 5 rounds. I hope we don't end up there, but Mesrine he's let himself get back to full guard here. Let's see what Genius can do off his back double hip fake and gets his own full guard momentum, but goes over the top with the sneaky backside, not what's expected, and he makes it work for him, Boxer.
Wow, he's doing a good job with John Jones on the bottom, because the bottom control of John Jones is only an 88 with a top control for DC of 95. So doing a good job from getting off of the back whenever you got a heavy DC on top of you. Now, these strikes right here, they take a lot of stamina to throw, but they do a lot of damage here. But let's see if they can get up. I would expect that you would be blocking the takedown, but he didn't. So right now, Dubronx is on the top right here, in control again, Bailey. I mean, this thing is going either way. I'm not sure. These some huge shots, Bailey.
Jesus, yeah, then they're landing, head health diminishing. Great work there, though. That's a much more even round in terms of the grappling. Both men had good positions here. We're seeing Genius land these shots from sprawl to the body that will chip away. Don't know how well they'll score, but they are on the highlight reel right now. It's really all about damage when you're looking at the ground and pound, and I don't know. I feel like it's fairly even. Maybe we'll get a look at the health here at the start of the 3rd round. Hopefully we don't go 5. Oop.
Yeah, exactly. See, now if you see the cardio here, the cardio of both of these fighters are above average, the high 90s, but I'm telling you, you can't take any of these strikes, these uppercuts, or those knees from John Jones. I mean, these guys are so powerful, just one strike can end the night early, and there we are. We're back to the ground. These guys are finding multiple ways to get back to the ground here. Now, can DC get up? He's up, and now let's see what happens here, Bailey. Another takedown attempt. Have to understand that it's coming, and to me it seems like you would start leaning on that. And look, here it is, Bailey. These shots score a huge ton, and look, just taking a lot of strikes to the body unanswered.
Yeah, and he's scoring these takedowns now. Genius, putting them together in different ways. He got one from the clinch, now shooting the double leg as well, so great job. Ooh, and this time instantly denied, but there's the full guard from Mesrine. Clearly wants it on the mat, as you noted there, Boxer. Had enough to pass, though, when he postured up, gave up the stamina with the pull guard. Pommeling there, and he'll get it, the sprawl position, but straight to the guillotine. I like it. Genius trying to score some points, but also maybe try and lock this one out. Backside denied for the 3rd time there, and Mesrine hits this get up, but he stops it this time. Okay.
Exactly. He was on it that time. I mean, the GA to me just definitely wasn't high enough. It is high once you get a transition block, but just not enough here. And let's see if he sneaks in to get up. But look at here, man, Mesrine is just all over on top of it, and now in this back take position here, Bailey. I mean, Dubronx is just in control right now.
Yeah, I mean, Genius has done a great job with the grappling in this fight here. Coming in as, like we said, the underdogs for the Showtime Killers here, maybe not well known at all, but definitely showing that MMA Genius got some grappling skills tonight. He's hit basically every takedown in this entire game, I feel like, which is good. It's not like he's just going for the same thing over and over again. Great work, really mixing it up, giving Mesrine a hard time. And this is a grappling fight. You know, Mesrine picked this weight class. He picked heavyweight, and this is what you get.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people would look at this and they would just want to see a stand-up. But, you know, I have a lot of respect for even these grappling matches, because it does take a lot of skill to survive on the ground, even when you're on the bottom. And then you also have to manage your stamina when you're throwing those punches. And look at here, Bailey in a huge slam. We're seeing almost every takedown in the game right now. This is interesting because it's not your normal fight here, but look at here, Genius still in control here. I mean, Bailey, these knees are going to hurt even when they land on the block.
Oh, yeah, and Mesrine was landing the straight lead uppercut. That's a good weapon. That'll stop the clinch as well, but that was great work there by Genius. Double knee, and then standing for the double strike there with the uppercuts, and then swam through and got 2 more knees off, all from 1 clinch attempt. It was kind of, you know, a great use of the clinch. That's how, you know, this is the way to maximize it in terms of the game mechanics. That was a really good use of the clinch to deal damage.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel Cormier inside of that clinch is very powerful. Even though his punch power is a 92, some of those strikes are high-level moves,
now,
so you don't want to be taking a lot of these strikes from Daniel Cormier. Now, I would think now you know the game plan. You know the fight wants to go to the ground.
Just before we go any further, because this is a 4th round now, so this isn't technically what's supposed to happen. I would just get the confirmation of what the punishment is for the teams here as well for doing this, because... Oh! Oh, okay. They were supposed to end this fight in the 4th round, and we would check the scorecards for the winner, but they haven't done that. They're still fighting now, so I guess we just want to take the rest of the fight. They want to fight? Okay, there we go. Fine. I think they'll get a demerit for this.
Uh-oh. Okay. So
big elbows
again. Mesrine. All right, so we're back. We're in overtime, so to speak. Here, huge elbows, a lot of denials here, Balian. Man, even though they're not supposed to be going in these 2 rounds, right now, I would have to say, you know, Mesrine is going for it, and it still could be anyone's fight.
Well, if they're going to fight it out, we'll let them fight it out. That's fine. But there we go. Half guard now for Mesrine. Definitely doing some more damage to those side control elbows. Been a nice shot all fight long. Rolling back through, though. We'll see if Genius can work his way to a more dominant position. He's been trying to hit that sweep. Last time we saw the backside over the top after the full guard GA. It was very sneaky. If Mesrine recognizes that again this time. But we'll have to see. It's very slow-paced grappling, and that neither man want to make a mistake because both guys are so good, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Because as soon as you make one mistake here, I mean, they're going to make you pay. And with Daniel Cormier, especially with John Jones, it's so tricky just to understand everything that you have to deny there, and especially with that trip there. And John Jones deciding to go back to the back. I'm surprised he didn't want to stay in that dominant sprawl position to land even more punches and score even more points right here. We're in the 4th round, coming down to the end of it. And these are some huge. This is why he wants to get here to land some of these more significant strikes, Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, he's been looking for this backside position all fight. Managed to get it now. Trying to reposture up to just do some more damage. He's going to land a lot from here. Definitely more from sprawl. Also, obviously, he can work the head. Double fake there, left, right, trying to pass on the right-hand side, but gets a full guard posture up instead. Now unloading a little more from this full guard position, taking out the block completely there. But this has been a real grinding fight for both men. Chipping away periodically. Not many rocks or any knockdowns. All incremental damage. Now gets the backside one more time, which again is interesting because Mesrine's denied that Boxer many times.
Yeah, many times. You know, but at this point, wherever you had that stamina low, man, it could get tougher to deny these things. Okay, and then so both of these fighters, ground striking is a 96, so you can't take too much damage from any of these fighters when they're in that top control position. So man, I mean, I really haven't seen a fight go this long from both of these fighters when the game is on the ground as much. But this is the 5th and final round. They're showing respect here. And look at there, he's like, yeah, forget that. You have to protect yourself at all times, Bailey.
Surely they're looking at the scorecards. Surely they're looking at the scorecards, Boxer, right?
Wow. Oh my goodness, Bailey! Why are you showing sign of respect? It's like I'm here and I have to eat. Like, wow!
I think they're looking at the scorecards, aren't they, dude? I think he did it on purpose, didn't he? Yeah. You're just freaking out. I tried to stop you. All right, so we're going to score after the 3rd round. Then I presume is what's going to happen. So let's look at the scorecards and let's have a little look here. So we actually get the final decision. They gave us a 4th round. Anyway, it's a pretty big deal, though, because Showtime Killers are down 1 point here, Boxer. So if No Mercy win this, they've won. They have won. They've got 1 point for this season on the leaderboard. Week 1 here for PlayStation. They're going to want it. So let's just see what the final score is. They're not hitting the statistics. We might get it in the headphone. All right.
Okay, so Bailey, and what talk me through that. What happened here was the Genius think like at that point round 4 he was showing respect and that was the end of the fight. Like what? Walk me through what happened. Who won this fight?
Dude, I have no idea what just happened. This is exactly why we tell everybody to quit in the first minute if it's not 3 rounds, but it's fine. Look, we can sit here and speculate, or we can just let the people in the back tell us, what's going on, because it'd be nice to know.
Yeah.
And then we don't make these decisions, but it's not our job. We don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you, I'm commentating what I see on the screen, and that's what happened. I showed.
Hey, maybe you're right, dude. Who knows? Maybe that's a knockout win. We just need to know. I mean, at this point, because me and you have debated it, Genius could be like, oh yeah, I was trying to win the fight. He didn't know me.
I see.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we got people in the back that's going to handle that and to get the official word on who won that fight. Yeah, who knows?
I would like to say a lot of chat are just asking for a restart, which is kind of nice to see because that was just a grappling fight. There wasn't anything, massively dramatic that happened, but the guys in chat, they just want as many fights as possible tonight, Boxer, clearly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bailey, I will say that was an interesting style whenever you have 2 guys that really understand every aspect of the game and then they collide. Like that was a very interesting fight because you really don't want to get a chance to see all of those grappling animations all in one fight. I mean, we've seen everything from clinch takedowns to trips to regular takedowns to off of the cage. So I enjoyed it, and I can see why people want to see that match again. Run it back.
Well, I mean, like the next fight is ready. So are we just gonna go to the next fight? Is that what we're gonna do? All right, let's go then.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Next fight is up. So this is a bit more dramatic now because we don't know how they're going to score the second fight. This might all be decided in this though, because if No Mercy wins this one, because we've got Smudger against Kel, if Smudger wins this one, No Mercy win anyway. So it might not even matter. So let's just play out the third one. Chaos gets sorted out in the back. So there we go. So Mezzarine would have had the weight class pick last time. So the pick was on Kel. In the red corner for Showtime Killers, they had the pick. They chose lightweight here. They could choose between bantamweight, lightweight, featherweight. They picked lightweight. So there we go. First pick on the opposite side. Conor McGregor's getting locked in. The Dustin Poirier counter. Boxer, how do you see this one shaping up, dude?
Okay, let's talk about these 2 fighters. Kel. Great counters, great pressure, and great wrestling. So, I mean, Kel's is just well-rounded fighter, can get it done everywhere. But when you talk about Smudger here, using the Conor McGregor pickup, high fight IQ, relentless pressure, and well-rounded. And now when you talk about Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, you talk about 2 fighters that is going to be opposite from what we saw. All right, this is probably going to be more of a stand-up striking match. You got to watch out for that power of Dustin Poirier. You still got to respect the speed and the accuracy of Conor McGregor.
All right. Yes, indeed you do. Yeah, you got some weapons, haven't you? All right, let's get this one started there. To decide this first matchup here, it's week 1 of PlayStation here, season 4. And it's been a good couple of fights so far. Obviously, we had the Showtime Killers taking on No Mercy. Smudge representing No Mercy on the right-hand side of the screen here. And let's see if they can pick up another win. Nice push kick there. Keep the pressure off nice and early. Now faking that lead hand, but driving through with it. Both men striking outside, trying to close the distance to land. So they're pushing forward. Makes them a little vulnerable here, Boxer. Maybe someone will exchange.
Yeah, exactly. I seem like they're filling out each other a little bit here in the first round. And, I'm already filling out each other a little bit here in the first round.
Oh, and okay. I think we're having some technical difficulties as well right now. Okay, we're good. All right, there we go. Okay, straight back into the fight. Perfect. All right, the pressure continues though from Smudge. Keith throwing those combinations now, which are definitely going to deter Smudge from closing that distance. Really whipping in that rear uppercut to the body, which we know does huge damage to the stamina. Excuse me. There now chopping the outside leg kick as well. So Smudge getting the better of the striking. But we're only 2 minutes into this one. It's all just settled down now.
Okay. All right, 2 minutes in, both of these strikers right here definitely showing their skill, and I really like some of that, the head movement, and also usually see a straight coming off of that, off of the head movement, but they're going down low to the body. I mean, just really a lot of creativity here, Bailey, that I see from both of these strikers.
Yeah, and Kel desperately needs this one. And, the opening rounds against Conor McGregor, he's always super dangerous. He's doing a good job just peppering him from the outside. Smudger definitely trying to set up that left hand, but all these rear uppercuts to the body. Oh, nice too there. And lead uppercut. These 4-piece combinations are landing here because it's not all 4 punches, but 2 or 3 of them are sneaking through. But there off the center line with the slip straight like you call for, boxer. Smudger making it work for him there.
Yeah, exactly. So Smudger is moving his head. I want to see. Oh, and looky there. Got to watch out here, just like in real life. Okay, that leg could be very vulnerable there for Conor McGregor. Now the Kale's here. He is coming back, and I want to see if he's able to throw a hook on the sway, because Smudger is leading with that sway a lot of times, baby.
Yeah, and you know what? Cal's doing a great job right here, staying outside of the range of those kicks, peppering back. That lead hook's working for him as the straight to the body lands. One more right there. Is eating quite a few shots. Got a high recovery on Dustin Poirier, though, but that jab lead hook, again, coming out for Smudger. And then he sits back, waits for the counter pressure from Cal, then slips off the center line. So he's throwing and baiting you in to try and slip counter you. It's been working a few times, but Cal trying to change the rhythms up. Would nice to see him go back to that leg kick. He did get a rock boxer.
Yeah, he did get a rock, but right now what I'm seeing is Smudger's applying that pressure and really has done a lot of damage to the block, to the head of Kales, and he's the one pressing forward. I'm not sure who won that round. It could go either way.
Yeah, definitely damage done on both sides. There was a leg rock. They score somewhat. I really like that Kels was fighting on the back foot on this one. Most people pressure with Dustin Poirier obviously have to be careful against a McGregor player anyway, but on the back foot, he was picking him off, sniping well. But at the same time, that left hand did land a bunch. And what about those uppercuts to the body, boxer?
Yeah, those uppercuts to the body they are definitely going to play dividends, as that's going to work on your stamina, your long-term stamina, whenever you land those shots here. And as you can see, look at there, coming out. Nice check there by Smudger here to start out the second round.
Yeah, Cal's doing a great job, though, with that 2, that stationary 2. It just gives you a little hit stun right there, and it kind of got him out of danger, gave him half a second to fade back a little. That little front kick was out of range and distance was closed as a result by Smudger. Lead up to the body, lands nicely, but he can't keep going to that. Now catching those kicks as well. That's good for Cal. Any damage he can mitigate is good, because he's going to have to lean on the recovery a little bit now. Catch the second liver kick there. Let's see if he can turn that into a bit more offense as he pushes him towards the cage, boxer.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to then start taking advantage of that power of Dustin Poirier. You're talking about a 96 power. So let's see if he can land some strikes here and get something going, because I really think Smudger's in the lead right now. Just as I said it, huge.
He's gonna move his head here. Oh man, I can't believe he stayed on his feet after that one. Smudger tried to polish him off, but Kel just enough head movement and a bit of damage there to stop Smudger from going in for the kill completely. Draining the stamina as well, but that's a big left hand, and it just beggars the question, how much more of this pressure can Kel take? Remember, Kel needs to win this, or this series is officially over for his team. The Showtime Killers going up against No Mercy tonight. Best of 3. Oh, the left hand lands again, boxer.
Yeah, exactly. And what I see right now, Kales is actually, he's moving that head off the center line a little bit more, but he has to be careful, because I know Smudger is going to download that and then react appropriately. But right now, coming in with that double jab there by Smudger, I mean, he's just putting a lot of pressure on that block. Seems like he just wants to touch his opponent, and then it's going to snowball at some point.
Yeah, man, those 2s to the body, though, they're just stopping Smudger in his tracks. Good job, though. He's blocked that front kick a bunch, landed a few combinations on the block. There's a straight lead hook as well. Tagging the chin, blocks the front kick again. And Kel's maybe going into autopilot a little bit there. Needs to think about the setups of what he's throwing. All those front kicks keep bouncing off the block, and now the 2's being slipped from Smudger. He's trying to close the distance as he teeters him to the outside of that inner octagon there. But Kel's stepping back. He's throwing the left hand, boxer.
Yeah, you definitely got to watch out. I mean, with that power, Dustin Poirier, it can come really fast. And then, the legs are hurt of Conor McGregor. So that's one thing. You might want to go down low to drop those hands of Smudger before you go up top.
They're banging it out right now. Trading hooks the left hand, though, like a sniper. This is going to come down to the recovery going into this 3rd round. If you ask me, how much will Kels get back to the head health of Dustin Poirier? And Smudger, you know, he's got plenty of stamina in the tank here. They both have so much power in their picks. You can really just put a 2-3 piece combinations together, get a rock, and then finish this fight off. And Smudger's leading really heavily on that straight lead hook. He's making it work from him. If Kels can time a pull counter off that lead hook, it's coming as the second punch every time, Boxer. He might be able to get a flash rock, a KO, finish the fight. The front kick lands at the end. But who's winning this fight, man?
Yeah, I have no idea. Right now, I think I would give the edge to Smudger. Like you said, let's see how much Kels gets back with Conor McGregor. Pick up the cardio of a 94, so he should recover somewhat above average. And let's see what happens here. Going into the third round, I gotta think that Smudger is up. They're tied 1 apiece.
They are, but I'm saying they're tied 1 apiece in terms of they've just given that win to Genius of that last matchup. So yeah, now STK have won, No Mercy have won. This is the third round. It's on this round who wins this matchup here. So week 1 for PlayStation, it comes down to a third round for the first teams here. So it's all on this right now. They've just been given this news by their teammates as we're saying it, Boxer. The pressure's on for both of them.
Wow, you can't look for anything down the middle than this. Both the teams are at 1-1. Both of these fighters could be at 1-1. So it really comes down. You have to take this round right here. Forget everything else that happened, and you need to perform in this round. That's all you got to be focused on.
Oh, long straight left. The outside leg kick, but he's got to be careful. Gets checked again there as well. The hands will still fly from McGregor if you try and close just on a leg rock. There's a lovely slip inside with a hook. Getting on the outside of that jab, which has been coming out a lot. But the problem with that is that lead hook is there. The double jab backing Kels up now as well. Blocks are low. Head health even lower here, Boxer. What's going to drop?
Wow, and Smudger's still applying that pressure right now. But Kels knows that leg's hurt, and I know that he's going for it. You never know how the judges are going to look at it here. We're approaching the middle point of the third round here, and both of these guys are hurt, and bang, look at that. Huge leg kick there coming out by Kels, and he's applying that pressure, but he has to be very careful, Balian, because his head is hurt, and right now Smudger is coming back.
Yeah, double jabs coming in, pushing Kel back again. Lead hook this time from the stance switch. He caught him because he switched stance and they forced by the leg kicks, and now there we go. Pounding on the ground, not enough to finish the fight. Going to break from the cage back to southpaw. But what has Kels got left? Can he move his head? Can he get away from this pressure, these long limbs? He's got to give Smudge a reason not to come forward right now. And I don't know if he has it. Lead knee lands. Now he's framing out. No stamina. Boxer, he's down again.
Smudger just keeping that pressure on Bailey and not giving Kels any room to breathe. And he's going to take it right there, Bailey. And great job by Smudger there, applying that pressure, not giving Kels any room to breathe, and really taking advantage of that speed and that accuracy of Conor McGregor. That was a great fight. Could have went either way, went right down to the wire there, Bailey. You can't ask for nothing more. Essentially, that was a tie-break round and huge knockout there from Smudger.
Yeah, I mean, there we go. No Mercy gets the win over the Showtime Killers here in week 1 of PlayStation in this new team format. They go 2-1, and listen, a lot of people said coming into this Showtime Killers, you know, they got through a qualifier, not necessarily automatically given entry into this league. They won their place. Granted, they had to earn their place, but they just put on a great showcase right there of some of their top players against a team in No Mercy, who a lot of these competitive guys, Boxer, have said is a decent team with good players. They showed that as well. So interesting matchup. Comes down to the final round between two teams. You can't get any closer than that. That's a win. But, you know, they've got next week. Let's hope that they can get one on the board themselves. And what a great matchup between the two teams, Boxer.
Yeah, definitely. Great matchup. I mean, like you said, I can't say any more, Balian. I mean, that's what a way to start out the day.
Yeah, great way to start the day. Wonderful. Right, okay, well, let's have a look at the event card one more time, just for those guys who maybe missed what teams are exactly fighting tonight, so you guys can take a look. So we just had Showtime Killers versus No Mercy. No Mercy gets the win there. They are officially 1 point on the leaderboard for this season. Next up, we've got Dark taking on the Killers in action. After that, we've got Lethal Weapon Esports going against Elite Kings, and then we've got Priox's Tune Squad going against Bang Bang's Bullies, and they are both on those teams here tonight, not matched up. But let's jump straight into it here, Boxer. We're going up to the next matchup. Let's take one more look at the team lineups here, who they submitted. Team Dark going in with Dino, Papa Doc, K Young Butter. What a lineup you've got there on the other side. Killers in action, McGrath, Ned, Jimmy. Fantastic little matchups here. Looks like Team Dark won the coin toss. They chose Flyweight, or Dino chose Flyweight to get us started. McGrath gets first pick at Flyweight. Let's go in.
Man, okay, now let's look at Dino up first. A very patient fighter. He's calculated and he's technical, and they're definitely going to need it against Kai right here, McGrath, because McGrath is also a very well-rounded striker, technical, good counter striking here, and then we're looking at Dino with this Kai Kara-France pickup. Now, who will McGrath pick up, Balian? This fight right here is going to be a very technical matchup, especially in this flyweight division. This fight could go either standing or take it to the ground. And look at there, going with one of the greatest of all times, Demetrius Johnson right here. I expect to see fireworks early and often, Bailey.
Yeah, the meta at flyweight has really shifted recently. I mean, McGrath had first pick, locked in Demetrius Johnson. Not the first time that we have seen that. No more Brandon Moreno's being picked up really these days. Dino countering with Kai Kara-France, got the striking here, the footwork, the speed. Let's see if he can match up to it. Two great teams going head to head right now. Team Dark coming in. They've got Dino up first, taking on the Killers in action. They've locked in McGrath. Here we go.
All right, first coming out here, landing 2 shots. I see right now they're getting a lot of shots to the body. You know, to the head, a leg kick there, nice coming out, you know, by McGrath. I mean, man, it is just Bailey, and already I'm already seeing how technical both of these fighters are.
Yeah, exchanging now. McGrath throwing a lot of uppercuts already, lead uppercut, rear uppercuts to the body, also time some nice knees. Boom. Gotta be careful throwing those roundhouses that close, but the double jab again, attacking the legs. We've seen that a couple of times. There's some high-level calf kicks from Kai Kara-France. There's a couple of blocks coming out from McGrath already early, but these two are very elite at what they do. Both slip counter, nothing lands for either man. They're just letting the hands fly now, Boxer.
Exactly, yeah. When you talk about letting the hands fly, that's exactly what Demetrius Johnson can do with a punch speed of 99. But look at there, Kai Kara-France has that punch power of 95, and he's utilizing it right now and applying that pressure here. Man, Dino is looking really good early. Got a huge rock right there to start out the first round, baby.
Jesus. Oh, he gets a head kick as well. Look at that.
From Dino.
I really thought,
Can it be over with early, Bailey?
Was going to be it, but no, not the uppercut. The head kick flew out there like a missile now on the back as well. The Dino gets a beautiful little lateral takedown into the side control position. You're gonna love it.
All right, the one thing about that takedown, though, Bailey, it takes a lot of stamina to perform that takedown. So if you use that stamina to perform that takedown, I would think that you would want to do a lot of damage right there. And as you can see, the life lead is for DJ right now, even though he's the one that took the most damage.
McGrath, yeah, definitely will have plenty of recovery and stamina to carry this through anyway. He did take some head health damage, you can see it there, but it looks like it's almost regenerated.
Here we go, coming back, huge combinations. I mean, just textbook combinations, Bailey. That's one for the highlight reels right there, as McGrath is able to even up this fight right here with a knockdown of his own. Now let's see if he ends up letting Dino off the hook here by getting up, and he doesn't, Bailey. He's going to stay on the ground and he's going to score. Let's see, is he going to posture up and land some of these significant strikes from this backside position?
Yeah, man, gave him straight back, and now posturing up. Big damage gets the screen effect because of the damage. No block now on Dino. They're going trade for trade on the inflicting. Oh, lead hook straight right. Lead hook, lovely work right there. McGrath is unrelenting now. Switch side of the screen, then switch stance to southpaw, lands a liver shot as well. Dino definitely on the back foot right now with these 4-piece combinations from McGrath. He's trying to hit the body, Boxer, but now McGrath targets the body as well, but the lead hook in the exchange. One more rock at the lead uppercut to 2, sits him down. Boxer, this could be it right now.
Wow, this could be it. Hopefully the fight stays in there, Bailey. He jumps on it right now, Bailey, and landing the shots that he needs. One more, and this could be it. He don't get it, Bailey, and that's as close as you can get to a knockout. I mean, both of these guys had knockdowns in the first round, Bailey, and like we said, it's going to be fireworks early, second round.
Man, you so fast at flyweight, you know, they can just unload the combinations. They both got power, they both rocked and nearly finished each other. And now they got a whole nother round to try and get it done, but wasting no time here. Team Dark, Killers in Action, living up to the monikers and the respect that both teams carry as they've been slinging it out on the feet. The lead hook has been working for McGrath. He's banging it against the block there, but Dino again with the lead uppercut. That's shown through a few times there. Straight lead uppercut, straight as well for McGrath. Nice and fast. And the head health sliding down for Dino, Boxer.
Yeah, head health is sliding down for Dino, but the thing is, with that punch power, speed of 99, you can see all of these different type of smooth combinations that McGrath can get out. But I don't know if he's already taken a lot of damage to that block there, and all Dino has to do is just land a couple of significant strikes, Balian, and he could be put McGrath right back down on the canvas.
Love that from Dino. Jab straight to the body, lead hook, but at the same time, McGrath shoots a deep double leg, gets it. Side control now. Let's see if he can get some damage. Might look to crucifix, might look to take the mount. Dino with a quick bump back out there to half guard. Let's see who throws the first fake right here. Little pump on the full guard transition from Dino, thinking about it, building some GA, but the straight pass to full mount, and he's going to get the denial as well. This is super duper bad right now, but he stops the mount, Boxer.
Wow, I would love to understand if he went down or if he did up, but you know, that's a 50-50 scenario right there. He definitely guessed right because those animations are the same. Now, previously, these guys didn't spend too much time on the ground, but McGrath right now, I think this is a very smart move to stay on the ground where you can stay safe, because you have suffered the most of the head damage, and let's see if you can even that up.
So much blood on the canvas. Dino leaking. What a close fight this has been. Both men clearly high level. Another snap down there from McGrath. Can half guard posture up. He can really unload now. He has so much of a stamina advantage here. And it's going to be even worse once he comes down. Yeah, still fairly even. If he can get one deny and go again, it's going to be damaging. Oh, double fake though from Dino, buying himself some time, letting the head health regenerate. And when this does go back to the feet, either at the start of the third or in a moment here, man, I mean, there's danger zone for Dino right now.
Wow, McGrath really letting those hands fly when he was in that half guard position, Balian, because you do risk getting reversed and sweep, and the more of those punches you threw, and he just let them all fly, and Dino was not able to guess the punches. And let's see if he does it again here. He's letting the hands fly, Balian, and there it is. Wow, Balian, he had the sequence there going inside, outside again, and Balian able to get it done. Dino could not figure out the pattern that he needed to defend himself on the ground, and a huge win right there from McGrath. Wow.
Yeah, McGrath did a great job posturing up when he had the stamina advantage, because you mentioned putting yourself in danger for the sweeps and things like that, but you only get those if you have the stamina advantage, I believe. So if you deny and then posture up and there's a big stamina difference, you can unload, because even if they do frame or slip, they're not going to sweep you until you've thrown a few and it's an even more stamina. So great recognition of that from McGrath. That's high-level grappling in UFC 4. That's what it's all about right there. Great matchup between two top guys. I mean, Dino, we've seen him do amazing things in this virtual octagon. At the same time, McGrath, always been a representative member of Killers in Action. Love the fact that we're getting these team matchups right now, Boxer. And there we go. Killers in Action 1-0 over Team Dark here tonight in week 1 of PlayStation. The next matchup is already ready. Let's slide straight on in. We've got Papa Doc against KIA Ned. He gets the first pick this time. He picks the weight class at welterweight. So Papa Doc, he gets first pick, Boxer. He looks like he's going to be locking in Usman, maybe.
Okay, now this is when everyone needs to sit up, grab their popcorn, because Papa Doc has hit the stage. He's world class in literally everything. World class grappler, head kick specialist. It's going to come out of nowhere. He controls the pace of the fight. Wherever he wants the fight to go, that's where it's going to go. Okay, so Ned is no slouch himself. Kickboxing, head movement, great IQ.
I'm not sure what that symbol is there. Do you know? Oh, we're good. We're back.
Okay, now, like we were saying, Balian, this is a great matchup here. Papa Doc is locked in Kamaru Usman, with Ned has picked up the Colby Covington pickup. So this fight could go either way. It could go standing, it could go to the ground. You already know Papa Doc is a master at both on the feet and on the ground. Now let's see, you know that 5-star jab there of Kamaru Usman, but you got to respect that wrestling and that cardio of Colby Covington. And look at there, Ned coming out with a huge head kick there to start things out, Bailey.
Yeah, definitely. This is the second matchup here between two teams. Second of 4 team matchups we've got tonight. 8 teams going head to head. And Papa Doc representing Deem Dark nicely already, transitioning down on that single, snatches it off the cage. Great work, but we get the sprawl position here for Ned. Right to the backside, flows straight through. Papa Doc, he's such a good striker, but his grappling is just such an important aspect in his game as well, Boxer.
Yeah, you really have to be careful when you back yourself up against the cage, and then now you give all of that grapple advantage to Papa Doc, and he took advantage of that GA and was able to get a seamless takedown here. And now he is landing some huge bombs here on Ned, and Ned finds himself on his back early here in the first round. He still can come back here, but look at the pace control of Papa Doc there. He's not just winging all of the strikes there. He's taking his time, and Papa Doc in control, baby.
Yeah, he picked Usman. We know what he wants to do tonight, and he's going to showcase it against a bit more of a striker in Ned. Holding this full guard position right now, both exchanging strikes to build some GA. Going back and forward. At one point, we shall look for some fake passes, maybe. No, just straight posture up, working the body straight to the head. Nice work. One shot at a time for Papa Doc right here. And this man has done some crazy things inside this cage, beating some people that some people said he couldn't beat. He's looking to get a point for Dark, but Ned is back on the feet here, Boxer.
Yeah, you got to watch out because we talked about that cardio. This is one of the only categories in the game, and Colby Covington has a 100 cardio right here. So he's always going to be in the fight from that perspective there. But Papa Doc here right now already in control, has to watch out his whiffs, because as you see, the life lead is still going to Ned, right? Even though that Papa Doc has done all of the damage here. But look at there, Papa Doc landing a huge left hook.
Man, that straight right is such a missile you have with Usman, and he is popping it out there, knows to use it, but just out of range here with things like these teeps. That's a second head kick he's landed. Ned going with Colby as a striker to strike, but maybe he loves the cardio, can really work things out. Going to have a massive power disadvantage here that Papa Doc will definitely look to exploit inside tap there. Nice work, and he's back here, half guard position, but straight back to full for Ned. He's going to look to minimize some damage. Only 30 seconds left in the round, though, Boxer.
Yeah, now I like what Ned was doing. Those animations that Colby Covington, after he throws that lead punch, and then you don't know, like, is he going to then follow with the kick to the body or to the head? But look at it, Papa Doc. Even from right here, you have to respect that power of Kamaru Usman in his top game and his strikes from the top, because he can get it done in somebody's full guard, baby.
100%, and that's right.
So
that's all I gotta say. No.
Yeah, Bailey, but watch out. So when Ned is on his feet, like he's throwing this combination here of this lead jab, and then followed by either a body kick or a head kick, and it's landed a couple of times on Papa Doc. So let's see if Papa Doc can catch that and then react appropriately. Huge elbow there by Papa Doc, and look at there, already backing his opponent up against the game.
Ooh, lovely job, doubling up on the same side hand there from Ned, but Papa Doc level changing this time, defends the single leg, frames out, double knees to the body, runs him right back into position. Let's see if Ned can get some damage off. A cheeky knee there as well. He really needs to let go with the volume if he can. Lead uppercuts working for him, so as the level changes with those big lead and rear hooks to the body. There's one, just as I say it, into the knee, the jab, rear hook as well, but the uppercut counter is there. Boxer has to be careful with the power.
Exactly. Now, Bailey, you can feel the momentum shift, but Papa Doc gets it right back with a huge well-timed uppercut right into the duck of Ned, and Papa Doc doing exactly what he needed to do to keep the momentum on his side. And there's that head kick that we talked about here that Ned is mixing up so eloquently, but Papa Doc getting a huge rock in what he needs. And this is where Papa Doc has to be careful here, Bailey, because every time Ned whenever he denies that takedown, look at it work on the stamina of Papa Doc there, and a huge rock there by Ned. Balian,
Oh man.
the stamina, it's changing, Balian. The momentum here is leaning to Ned.
Yeah, Ned showcasing his striking tonight, just very clinical, knows exactly when to fire and not to fire, had switch stance into a lead hook, perhaps Papa Doc wasn't expecting it, charged straight in after that clinch break and just let that lead hook fly, picks up a rock for it, and now peppering Papa Doc from distance, managing range super well. Stutter stepped in with the 1-2, the overhand bounced off the block, but Papa Doc's a little frozen right now, also struggling to find the range. Whenever he tries to get closer, he's met with these body shots, this big rear hook to the body, but he's probably going to look to time the uppercut, or the left hook himself there. More shots to the body as Ned is forced to back up. But man, what a war we've got here, Boxer.
What a war. Great head movement there by Papa Doc. This is why he's world class. He understands what you're going to do, and he reacts appropriately. And that was a huge right hand there coming out by Papa Doc with Kamaru Usman, and that's exactly what he needed, because that 100 cardio right now is showing for Ned, and he still has the cardio advantage over Papa Doc. So still very dangerous.
Yeah, Ned uses every weapon he has. You know, he thinks about the range for his knees as well as all of these other strikes, and that's helping him really land those high damaging things like the elbows and the knees on the inside. Lovely time straight to the body. I mean, that is textbook what you want to do to get under an orthodox jab right there. Step out. Big long straight to the body, stuck him, and that's going to keep chipping away at the stamina. Front kick lands, rear uppercut, he slipped it on the way back. He recognized it as a weapon, so Ned here making the reads, Boxer. Another head kick right there at the end off the same side straight, double hooks to the body as well, and a knee, but eats a rear. Oh my God.
Rock back and forth by everybody. It's like a rock party going on back and forth. This third round is definitely something that you're going to want to see. Now, I'm thinking that this cardio for Kobe Covington may come into play, but Kamaru Usman, no slouch himself in the cardio department with a 98. These guys both recovered nicely. Just a matter of who makes a mistake. You zig and I zag. Should have gone the other way. Round 3, Balian. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing two guys really desperately trying to get a win for their team right here. Let's not forget that McGrath picked up a win for KIA in round 1. If Ned can finish off Papa Doc right here, that's it. KIA gets a win over Team Dark. Somewhat unexpectedly, some might say, but the left hook is still there for Papa Doc. He's making it work for him. Got to stay calm under fire. 2-1-2 as he circles out back to the center. I like that. But that rear elbow, he's tried a few times. Out of range on it almost every time. Nice job. Gets outside the straight as well. And now the elbow lands in the exchange. He's being methodical here, Papa Doc.
Wow.
This one up the straight right lands. He's got the stack guard here. No follow-up ground. Albert will take side control on the counter. That was amazing.
That, Balian?
He went for the foot on the hips push up, basically from stack guard, and he denied the animation and got the free pass from it. It was really well done.
Wow. Actually haven't seen that animation there, and look here, Papa Doc landing huge shots right here. In that dominant sprawl position, but able to get up now. Let's see if Ned can get the match back in his favor right now, because Papa Doc is in control right now. And I like what Papa Doc is doing. He's controlling his space and moving his head and then striking at the right time. But Ned is still dangerous, baby.
Of the lead uppercut, but there's a 2. Meets him on the way in. Ned's very concerned, I think, about trying to get some damage off. He's walking into shots now as well, getting caught moving forward. Another left hook, this time to the body, straight body kick. Almost got a tag with the left hand there on the break, a little overzealous, running out his own gas tank. But I'm sure Ned will look for that lead uppercut, but eats again. And this is what I mean, Boxer.
Down there by
He's leaping in. He's leaping into damage. And now the stack guard for the finish, probably here. Papa Doc keeps the series alive. No, he's not out yet.
Wow, I really thought that was it. I was waiting on some of the straight punches there by Papa Doc. Didn't utilize them, but I really think that Ned's head health is a little hurt too much. And then just look at just how meticulous Papa Doc is able to also move his head and control that distance, and then just fire off that 1-2 with that 95 power for Kamaru Usman. Wow.
He's mixing up his timing here, and he knows he's ahead in terms of the head health. And Ned, he's shooting, but he's desperate because he has to be desperate. He has to move forward. He's only got a minute left. but he gets ankle picked as a result. And Ned's trying to do the right things. It might look reckless, but he doesn't have a choice. He's going to lose this fight anyway. Otherwise, great work there by Papadoc to recognize that, grab the free ankle pick, but there's a reversal. It's come out. He can posture up. He probably won't get a finish, but there we go. We'll go to 3.
Yeah, I was thinking that was going to be an easy transition denial because it was only one thing that could hurt Papadoc in that situation, and that was a posture up. So you can lean on posture up for the transition denial. Papadoc gets it. He stays safe. But let's see what the judges think, Balian.
Yeah, we shall see here. I think based on that 3rd round, Papadoc probably did enough, which would take this to Dark 1 point, KIA 1 point. We will see the 3rd final match play it out. Nice decision, lots of tension.
They gonna let it play.
Split decision. Oh, he gets it done. So there we go, Papadoc, Team Dark gets a win, keeps the series alive here. 1-1 for both teams here. It will be down to K Young Butter and Jimmy here. Boxer, one of the best fights we've seen tonight, though, wouldn't you say?
Yes, that's one of the best fights that I've seen. I mean, I haven't seen Papadoc. I can't say I've seen when he's looked even better than that. I mean, that was just some phenomenal head movement with the distance. That's a fight that I'm going to go back, look, and learn. But like you said, Balian, it's tied up 1-1 between Dark and KIA. So that means that K Young Butter hits the stage versus Jimmy.
Oh, yes, indeed. Don't forget, guys, all of this will be on the ESFL YouTube for you to go back and visit if you want to watch this entire season. You can watch all of season 3 on the YouTube as well. Also, Boxer, you can also catch the ESFL now on Esports TV, where I'm being told a lot of people are watching this on Esports TV. You can get it on your Roku, you can watch it on your TV at home, but lots of people are watching in, tuning in live, and also watching the VODs back as well. So nice to be a part of, you know, the esports community and be on Esports TV as well.
Exactly.
All right, let's go then. We're going to Bantamweight. It looks like K Young Butter decided that they would fight at Bantamweight. So first pick on Jimmy as we are here, but a little bit of lag in this one, Boxer.
All right. So now K Young Butter, definitely a one of the elite players right here. Definitely was a part of ESFL Live in Vegas. But K Young Butter is a pressure fighter, high IQ, fast reaction time, and he's well-rounded. But KIA Jimmy he's feint heavy, so you're going to see a lot of feints, technical striking, unorthodox style, and that's always fun to see because you see new animations, you see new ways to get the job done. You got TJ Dillashaw versus Jose Aldo, and you got to watch out because with those steel checks of Jose Aldo, you got to be careful of throwing those kicks down low. But I already know K Young likes to use his hands. It may not come into play right now. Both of those fighters got great power, great speed, great accuracy. Bailey in round 1. Let's get it on.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is the debut for Jimmy in the ESFL, and this is what he's got to do, fight K Young Butter, a man who top 8'd at the ESFL Live in Vegas, you know? So this guy's had experience online and in person, but here we go. Banging it out right now. K Young Butter starting at the legs. There was some talk on the in-game microphone, so we've had to mute this one, unfortunately. But there we are, still trading on the feet. Lead hook, it seems to be a target there for Jimmy. He's faking his way in nicely and then planting in return. But K Young Butter going head low, chopping the legs, mixing up his targets. I'll help him set up those head kicks and things later.
Wow, K Young Butter is not scared to attack those legs, Balian. As we said, it only really takes 1 or maybe 2 checks from Jose Aldo, and he's going to end up hurting your legs. But K Young Butter is able to still land about 4 leg strikes early, and I'm looking like that's his like plan of attack here. Work through those legs, come up, and K Young Butter looking good early.
Yeah, for sure. There's a nice 2 that lands as well. Tries to jab, rear hook his way around the outside. They're landing because he's mixing it up, but Jimmy now planting a little bit, going 2, 3 back to the body. Knows that's a high-level weapon for Jose Aldo. But, you know, the stance switch is not. So if K Young Butter can force that, this might be an easier fight for him. Steps in with a rear uppercut, met there by Jimmy as he lands the big right hook. It's down to this, guys. Again, reminder on the screens, you can see it. These teams are 1 apiece right now, so both men need to represent. They want to get a win on the leaderboard. Nice counter to the pull counter, and there, the jump turning side kick. We know Jimmy loves Anthony Pettis. waiting for that one to come out, grabs it, and this time
Oh,
takes
wow.
all that space there, Boxer.
Yeah, and nice takedown defense there by K Young Butter. I mean, he's flowing right now. And Jimmy is also doing a good job. I really can't call it right now, Bailey. And nice combinations coming out there by Jimmy. I'm seeing feints there by K Young Butter, and a huge leg kick lands to the body there of Jimmy. K Young Butter just getting it done right now. Look at these combinations, Bailey.
Yeah, putting it together, using a bit of gas to do it, but that was a perfectly ranged liver shot right there. Then he stepped inside, banged a couple of uppercuts. Nice work. Jimmy trying to work back to the body with the jab lead hook to the body, but the twos, K Young Butter from the straight right, have been snapping their way through. There's a front kick that lands, steps to the outside with a lead hook to the body. Sometimes it's combos, sometimes it's one shot at a time with K Young Butter. He just went from going 1-1 and then a 4-piece. You just are never sure what's coming, how long he's going to try and land these combinations for, or what's going to be on the end of them. Now level changing to mix things up with 30 seconds left. Good effort. I mean, this is a fresh looking K Young Butter tonight.
Yeah, K Young Butter, it was able to get that takedown, and that was huge that he didn't get that takedown denied, because now he has the health advantage. I think coming it's pretty even, but I think coming out in the next round, and look at this, K Young Butter is really going for it, Bailey, and that could have solidified that first round there by K Young Butter. Did a lot of great work on the feet and on the ground. Let's see what can Jimmy do to mount a comeback here. And if he has the fighter to do it, Jose Aldo is that guy.
Yeah, he's been doing some incremental damage here, but he needs those big shots to land so he can win rounds. There's a lead hook, and that's really all he's been landing. I think it's only because that's all he's been looking for, really, Boxer. He's content to take his time, but he has sort of let himself get outworked for that first round, which K Butter kind of just won because he threw more as well as mixing everything up beautifully. So Jimmy needs to be a bit more offensive, use some more of the high-level weapons and damaging moves like that switch kick to the body. Then the lead hook up high that time as well, tried to land the rear uppercut, but teeped out by Butter, who's doing a good job keeping him outside of that range where he can stay, leg kick, and dart his way back in.
Yeah, exactly. And look at there. Huge right hand there by K Young Butter and applying that pressure. And right now, he's just not going in for it now. It's a 98 defensive takedown, but K Young still able to get the takedown on Jimmy. And this is the second round. He's able to get a takedown, and let's see if he can land some damage. There goes those elbows from the top. K Young Butter, I know he's looking to posture up, and from here, is he going to land a lot of damage right there? He's going for it, and Bailey, and we talked about it. If you go for it, this could be the result. You get swept, and look, Jimmy is saying, look, I don't want no parts of the ground. I need to get my points on the feet, and that's exactly what what they did, and they're back to their feet, Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, that was great work there by Jimmy to get out of a dangerous position. Early, he found himself on the back. Now he's got the left-hand side of the screen as well. Might make a bit of a difference in his offensive game, but let's see. He's throwing these body kicks, so he's a little close there. K Young Butter almost landing on the chin. Jimmy letting the high-level moves go a little bit more this round, been working those roundhouse kicks to the body as well, but Butter's still peppering from the outside. Doug's underneath the lead hook that Jimmy's been looking for all night. Steps in with a rear uppercut into a 1-2. Double jabs his way on the inside. Just such variety from Butter. Slips that one. No follow-up. But right now, again, he's starting to outwork him over the course of this round.
Oh, wow. What a combination there. And that's one of K Young Butter's signature moves right there. He got that slip straight followed by that jab overhand, and it comes out just lightning fast there. And you see some of the signature animations by TJ Dillashaw. K Young Butter looking really good right now, but Jimmy is still dangerous in this fight here. But K Young Butter really showing how elite he is on the feet. And look at there, huge uppercut, Bailey.
Man, he landed a beautiful right hand there, did K Young Butter, but nice job by Jimmy now finally making those shots work for him. And we talked about him not landing anything big, but he's been landing incrementally across this round, the first round, now the second round. The health stats are going down on K Young Butter. He might be able to set himself up for a finish in the third, just based on how much damage he's done. But in terms of the points game, you got to look at K Young Butter, although that was a nice left hook that landed there as well. 5 seconds left in this round. I'm wondering if we can try and unmute for the last round just to see if they're still talking on the mic. Maybe they're not.
Okay, so what we saw was a takedown denial there at the end of that round by Jimmy over K Young Butter. So he has to watch at this point his stamina, because it's going to be easier to deny those takedowns. So I'm thinking that K Young Butter is going to watch that, try to get it done on the feet, but the momentum could be shifting here. But Jimmy, he's going to have to get it done here in the third round and get a knockout. I think he wants to win there, baby.
Yeah, and the body might be his best route to victory for that one. K Young Butter back on this tap-tap-go offensive four-piece after that one tap. Again, we talked about how he's mixing up his combination length tap, front kick on the break as well, just to manage the range, keep Jimmy honest. But he's going back to the body with these rear uppercuts, jab, lead hook to the head. Got to find a home for something big. I'm surprised he's not gone for more of those spinning back kicks. That was kind of weird because it looked like he slipped it, but there, the low single cuts the angle. Great work by K Young Butter. Let's see if Jimmy can get back to the feet. He managed it in the second round there, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in K Young has landed he's landed a takedown here in 3 rounds and doing a really good job. But just like you said, Bailey, now he's back to his feet already, but it doesn't matter because that was a huge rock there by K Young Butter here, and he is in control, Bailey.
Damn, man. I mean, he nailed him perfectly on the end of that head kick, as if things couldn't get any worse for Jimmy. Now on the back foot, the jab piercing through the guard. K Young Butter touching him, gets another single leg takedown. Why not here? Keep making it work for him. He knows he's going to win this fight, and this is about winning for the team here, Boxer. A smart plan. This is what K Young Butter wants, representing Team Dark right here. They need this. Is one apiece. And 2 minutes 30 left in the final round.
Yeah, and this is a very cerebral fight right here by K Young Butter, because he's more than proficient to get the job done on the feet. But why take that risk when you can be more safe on the ground? Because you never know what can happen on the feet, especially with that chin of TJ Dillashaw. Now, here we go, last 2 minutes. Jimmy is going to have to get something huge, some type of knockout, and it could come here in the third round if he's going to win this for his team.
K Young Butter still pushing forward aggressively and kind of walking into big shots is a little concerning, considering he's already probably got this in the bag, and Jimmy's touching him up. He did land a big shot as a result. Gets a third takedown for this round, though. Great work with the takedowns, just showing his full game, but gets denied there. 2 shots and a sweep is coming out. No, the get up for Jimmy. Banging it out, back on the feet with 1 minute left here. Any jump turning side kicks to the body coming out? Probably not. More kicks from K Young Butter. Fading back now as well as he stance switches. Just good striking from Butter this evening.
Yeah, exactly. And K Young is doing a really good job on these takedowns. Just as I said, he gets denied there because TJ Dillashaw only has a 91 takedown, which is like average, versus a 98 takedown defense by Jose Aldo. But look, K Young is in trouble now. Last 10 seconds, Bailey. Can he turn it? He's going to have to land some elbows and get it done. But last 2, huge knockout there by K Young to seal the victory. A buzzer beater KO by K Young Butter, Bailey. And wow.
Yeah, 1 second left and K Young Butter gets it done. I mean, we kind of said he was probably going to win anyway, but honestly, who knows? It was obvious a little bit there that Jimmy was really pushing forward at the end, trying to get the knockout, you know, diving in on those big uppercuts. K Young Butter hits him with the lead hook, puts him out cold. You know, why not get a little desperate there? You know, you're gonna lose anyway, potentially. But yeah, Team Dark will get a win at the start of this season over KIA, the Killers in action there. Very close matchup between the two teams. Good fights back and forth. We're not going to see it again this season. That's the only time these two teams will fight. But Team Dark gets a win on the board, Boxer.
Wow, and that wasn't an easy win right there. I like what I saw from KIA. I like what I saw from Jimmy. Even though that he lost the night, the night was for K Young Butter, but man, he gave K Young Butter everything that he could handle, and I'm pretty sure we'll see him again in the future. But yeah, Dark team representing, getting that win over a very tough KIA.
Yeah, I mean, that was his debut, Boxer, for Jimmy. Don't forget about that. Yeah, it was his first time in the ESFL.
That's very tough
stuff. Yeah. All right, so we've got 2 more team matchups for you tonight, guys. The first 2 are over. If you missed it, we had STK taking on No Mercy, and No Mercy go ahead and pick up a win there, 2-1 over STK. And we just had Team Dark taking on the Killers in Action. Team Dark go 2-1 as well. So those are the two teams that won this week so far. On to the third matchup of the night. Let's take a quick look at the team lineups for this one. If you were here earlier, you already saw it. We got Lethal Weapon Esports going head-to-head with EK Gaming here tonight. Boxer, always a big team representing both consoles. So here we are. EK locking in Kratos, JC21, Azorus Flame, and on the other side there, you got Gavin, you got Pursue, and you've got Ungodly. So yeah, great lineups on both sides. Should be a good matchup. We got Kratos versus Gavin to get things started here. Looks like EK won the coin toss, so they chose Flyweight for their first division here out of the choices available. And yeah, first pick on Gavin. Let's go to the fight.
Okay, with EK Kratos here, the EK camp, one of the most notorious camps in the ESFL. So with Kratos, he adapts to any situation, a Muay Thai fighter and well-rounded. So you're going to see a lot of kicks, a lot of punches, well-rounded fighter, but no slouch in TK Gavin, a balanced fight style, dangerous counters, and those are the fighters that usually are the most electric with great head movement, high level boxing. So I can't wait to see Gavin again here against such a high level opponent here in Kratos. Brandon Moreno here versus the Davison Figueroa pickup by Kratos here. Got a lot of punch power here from from Figueroa, and definitely Moreno is definitely no slouch, but he has the advantage in the speed department of a 98 here. So I can't wait to see how it plays out. Bailey in round one. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup between two fantastic teams. EK, the Elite Kings, yeah, taking on Lethal Weapon Esports here tonight. So good teams locked in on both sides. Let's see who gets the game plan going first. Kratos already targeting the leg kicks there. Nice straights to counter from Gavin to the body. Going to work the stamina of Figueroa. That is an advantage you have when you're playing Moreno. Double jab brings the team kick there, but a three-piece comes out from Kratos all on the block. But this is good for Gavin. He just needs to draw the offense out tonight. Lands a three-piece and keeps it going there, Boxer.
Wow, yeah, and Gavin just staying in that pocket and using that speed, like we said, 98 there from Moreno, and that's what you got to be careful of. But from Figueroa, you got to worry about that power right there. And then look at you. We can see that head movement, Bailey, and we see just how electric and how dynamic and why Gavin is an elite boxer.
Yeah, like you said, elite boxing, showing it right here. Kratos slipping to the inside, though, with the right hand. He needs to get a little unorthodox. Don't go jab for jab with him. Slip, rip, target the body, and bang those powerful shots that you have as Moreno. But as Figueroa, those straights to the body from Gavin. He's using those so well. And then he'll slip on the inside once you do go toe-to-toe with him and fire those big hooks. Lands one right there, also beating up the block as well. And it's pressure as well here that he's got to be dealt with this Figueroa pick from Kratos. You have to throw something big back.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot of head movement here. Usually you don't see this only with the high-level guys. I mean, you're just seeing elite boxing on both sides here, and I like to look at who has a stamina lead early. Right now, Gavin has it. He is making Kratos with a lot of punches right here, and let's see if Kratos can grab this life lead back. But nice combination there and a big whiff there by Gavin, and let's see if Kratos can get this back in his corner.
Yeah, no problem. I've just been like, I said that this scout report we got was mislabeled earlier on tonight. It's not Lethal Weapon. It's TK. It's the King. So
TK.
Actually, I'm sure the assets on screen have been saying otherwise all night, but this is what I've got in front of me as Del W and the wrong part of the document I'm looking at. So we're all good. We're all good. It is the Kings, not Lethal Weapon Esports. We'll get that right for the rest of this evening here. We apologize. But either way, great matchup so far. Gavin representing the Kings very, very well this evening. Let's make that clear. Nice pull counters on the outside. I like that Kratos is mixing things up now, trying to target the legs. Go back to that. Show him that right hand. Give him a reason not to come forward. You just have so much confidence when you pick Moreno, though, in your chin and your cardio, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Moreno has that 97 cardio and only a 94 cardio there for Kratos with Figueroa. So you got to be careful, and we're seeing it play out here in the first round because that stamina advantage is on the side of Gavin, and he is applying that pressure right now in the end of the first.
Oh, still going back to that elite hook. And the reaction time there on Gavin, they both pull countered. And when Gavin, that was great to see, because they both pull countered. Gavin's brain goes, oh, I'm going to go. You could see the difference in reaction time literally in that moment. It's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it was not a moment to breathe in that fight. Just nonstop head movement, a lot of zig and zag, and a lot of decisions that are made. Right now, I want to see if Kratos can get the momentum back. They come out touching gloves. Round 2, baby.
Round 2 here. Kratos, Gavin representing EK and TK respectively.
Oh,
then the big hooks fly now as Kratos dipping them in. And that's good stuff. Does need to work the body perhaps a little bit as well. Head hunting only tonight. The leg kicks have helped him set that up. The head movement mirroring on both sides here. Gavin looking to slip and land that right hook. You know he is. And when he can't, he just sticks that 2 back to the body. And a teep kick. Fakes the takedown. Lead hook. Lovely work from Gavin Boxer. Oh, pull counter as well.
Gavin is doing a great job of staying in the pocket and then firing off his combinations. We do see a lot of head movement right there from Kratos. I'm seeing, you know, a lot of slips, and he's looking to avoid some of those straight strikes. However, when I see Gavin slip, I see him do the defensive sway. So that's very interesting right there. Gavin not really looking to attack off of his sway versus Kratos looking to attack off of his sways. And look, a huge counter right there by Gavin.
Yeah, this goes to show how much hit reaction you can get off that straight to the body. Gavin making it work for him again, time and time again, just digging it in, and having to deal with that is Kratos as he tries to advance here. That will catch you if you've slipped off and you just get that 2 to the body. It's going to do damage before you can even let your uppercut or your right hand go. But Kratos firing back right now as Gavin's still touching his way in. There's the 2 up high. The leg kicks have been abandoned for Kratos, and he double jabs up, slip to the inside, read like a book there for Gavin once again. And the little pullback 2, that is some high-level boxing.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, these fighters are looking to land a slip hook or a slip straight. Let's see if the opposite opponent can start leading with hooks to kind of catch your opponent, looking for that counter.
Jab. It was jab 2, jab knee. Great stuff from Gavin again. He's got combinations. He's just pulling out of nowhere. Lovely push kick as well. Fakes the level change, went for the lead hook. Again, this time Kratos met him because Kratos has been kind of frozen here. Because they're really not able to do anything or let anything go, worrying a little bit too much about what's coming forward. There it is, though. 2 lead uppercut, double shots to the body back with a lead hook, but that was all blocked by Gavin. But still, the power comes through for Kratos, just as we said it. He commits to something, lands the 2 lead uppercut. Classic combo, gets the rock boxer. Hopefully trying to swing momentum back.
Kratos has that power advantage over Moreno, and it can come out at any point, as we saw there. And even though he's down on that stamina department, look at there, another huge rock there. Bailey coming out. Is he going to pull on the pressure right now? Last 30 seconds there. He's still taking his time. He has 2 rocks there, but has to be careful. Gavin putting on a little too much on that combo there and whiffed a huge combination there. And so good sequence of events right there from Kratos to end the second round. A huge knockdown. I don't know if that happened before the clock expired, but wow, what a way to end the round there from Kratos Bailey.
What a close fight what we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. These two are high level indeed. You've got the traditional boxing from Gavin, picking him apart with the straights and the pull counters and the excellent defensive head movement. But Kratos offensively looping hooks in, finding the targets and making reads on the offense of Gavin in the process. Now going back to the right hand as Gavin goes back toe-to-toe. There's that 2 into the 3, doubles up on the lead hook. Kratos waiting for those opportunities. There it is again. Slip right hook as he moves forward, and the knee to follow up, keeping Gavin honest. No more teep kicks from Gavin. It's all forward aggression. Wants to break his man down.
Look at it.
There's a finish there with the flurry with the rear uppercut. Deep down the block, got the rock and dropped him, Boxer, and the hip toss.
Wow, and the hip toss. Huge sequence of events there from Gavin. He had to do something to mitigate that damage of what happened at the end of the second round here, and he's looking to gain control here, and he's going to score some points here on top right here, landing 3, 4, 5, 6 shots, Bailey, unanswered, and has 2 transition denials, grabs the back, now is in full guard. Great sequence of events there from Gavin. Wow.
Double hip fake into the triple right there. Well read by Gavin. Gets the deny, posture up, side control pass there with the stamina difference. Amazing work from Gavin. Just patiently waited for that. Didn't even throw a single fake or a strike. Just deny, and goes on through to it. And now the sprawl transition denied as well in the center of the cage. That's not always one you want to roll into anyway, because you don't have that instant cage get up against it. Makes it a little harder, but gets half guard instead. Figueiredo good off the back, but we'll just wrap this neck. Probably going to just feel him out here, Boxer, because he's got plenty of stamina.
Yeah, a lot of stamina right here. If you're going to apply a submission, this is a safe kind of like place to go for.
Yes.
Because if it gets denied, you're still going to be on top. If you transition to later stages and you don't finish it, you'll be in half guard. So that's a safe place to do it. Side control, yeah.
You got it. Perfect analysis there, Boxer. And foot on the hips, he gets the get up this time instead, but it was the pressure of Gavin that sat him down. 1 minute 30. I mean, this is an opening round here between these two teams, EK and TK, the Kings versus the Elite Kings, a war of the Kings. And the toe-to-toe, they both want it. Gavin, the pressure again, wanting to secure it out. Another takedown puts him right back where he had him with just a minute left, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if he was going to go for the submission again, but right here, I think this is a position that he wants to score as many points as possible here, and he's scoring points with these kicks. And look at there, he takes the back here. Is he going to be able to posture up and then land some significant strikes? That's exactly what he's doing. These are going to score huge here, Bailey, and that could be all she wrote, and that was it. And Gavin doing what he needed to do to get the job done against a very dangerous EK Kratos, and he gets it done on the ground, Bailey. And even though that fight primarily was a stand-up match, but he gets it done on the ground. Wow.
Great narrative in that fight, really, especially coming out of that second round where Kratos was kind of getting overwhelmed with the volume and the pressure, but he made it work for him in the second round. He was landing big shots. He got knocked down. He rocked him twice, but then Gavin comes back and really shows why Brandon Moreno is such a good pick at flyweight. We talked about earlier on tonight the meta shifting. We saw Kai Kara France, we saw DJ Demetrius Johnson, but right there, Brandon Moreno's got the toughness, you've got the recovery, you can just walk forward, beat up your opponent's block and just swarm them. But by that third round, unfortunately, there was just nothing left in the tank for EK's Kratos. He was landing the big shots in the second, couldn't find a home for him in the third. It wasn't enough, and just the pressure that you get by picking up Moreno and going with the boxing, combined with the excellent boxing there, the defensive head movement and all the sniper-like work from Gavin, that's a tough thing to deal with, Boxer.
Yeah, definitely tough thing, because Moreno, he has the +3 cardio advantage over Figueiredo, and you saw it play out at the very end, because it seems like Kratos had a huge advantage in the beginning of the fight, but then at the end, when that cardio really starts to take advantage, that's when some of these guys are able to come back. Great fight, Balian. What do we have coming up next?
All right, well, it's the second matchup here for EK versus TK. We've got, JC21 taking on Pursue. So we're going to go on through. It's featherweight. Looks like Pursue got the weight class check. Does say welterweight here in the notes, but we'll see if they stay at featherweight. Regardless, it looks like the first pick will go to JC21. Or have we gone to... Is this... If we skipped a fight, have we changed the order here, perhaps? Yeah, I think this is the third fight we guys are looking at here. Yeah, we've got... Just before that, we have JC versus Pursue. So there's the third fight. Nice to know they're ready to go, Boxer. But we will bring up the this second fight here. We should be fine. Either way, Boxer, how in terms of EK, they've been around for a while, very well rounded. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just jump to this fight because they are ready. Here we go. So they are at welterweight, and yeah, first pick is on JC21.
All right. So right now, TK has the win. Right now, so EK JC has to get it done if they want to win this series right now. So it's looking like JC may have that Leon Edwards pick up, but JC, let's talk a little bit about this fighter. This fighter likes to work the body and the head, elite bottom game on the ground, and just an explosive fighter. Okay, Pursue, educated striker, back foot master, so you got to watch out. And also well-rounded here. So let's see what fighters they're going to lock in. They're playing a little game right here, going back and forth. Not sure if they're going to get Kobe Covington or Leon Edwards. I mean, you really can't go wrong with both. But it's looking like it's going to be this Leon Edwards pick up there from JC21 versus a very fast and a very strong Conor McGregor here. So Bailey, and we probably going to get another elite striking matchup here. JC versus Persu. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, it's a nice European matchup here as well, because Persu representing Italy tonight, JC21 representing Ireland. Persu picking his own countryman against him here with the Conor McGregor pick, but I like it nonetheless. They'll touch gloves. We've still got EK here in the red corner opposite TK, the Kings, in the blue corner. Going head-to-head, JC21 up against Persu, two members of two top teams. And already those leg kicks possibly coming into play. Doubles up the hooks and lands one to the body. Shows it to him as well, but good start. Just taking the center and just dominating the opening seconds with authority in that boxer.
Yeah, exactly. And so we got the new welterweight champion here. We're looking at him with the champion shorts on with Leon Edwards here. And he definitely has very great striking, and he's going to need it, especially with all of that speed that Conor McGregor offers. But JC right now controlling the center of the octagon and is able to get Persu on that back foot, who likes to fight off of that back foot. So this is very interesting how it's playing out.
So we've got orthodox from Persu, but I'm betting that's because he wants to go opposite stance here so he can slip to the inside of that straight left when it comes out. He's done it once or twice there, but there's non-stop pressure coming out right now for JC, and that's going to really wear on the block and on the stamina of Persu if he can't get his own offense off. But like you said, back foot mask, a nice pivot to the outside, time to teep beautifully there, gets the drop. We'll run him to the cage with a double knee in the uppercut, no doubt. And from here, a couple of short shots can be landed as he's trying to cycle out, gets a sneaky knee in here, and Persu is really taking the opportunity to do some damage when he can here, boxer.
Persu, very great sequence of events right there, as he was able to land two knees in that clinch position, then go to the cage and also do some damage there. 50-50 scenario, and Persu definitely won that. And look at these pivots out of the cage, Bailey. They do a lot of work on your opponent's stamina whenever you're able to make them whiff outside of that. Persu doing a good job, just looking real sleek here early, baby.
Yeah, good teep as well. It's a great read against the southpaw Leon Edwards, because most players are going to throw the straight left rather than the left hook. So you can really pivot that straight left whenever it comes out, and he's done that twice now. Great work. It was an overhand that time, but the principle applies. Good timing on it from Persu. Now knees to the body, really targeting that area, but comes up with a 2-3, an inside leg kick. JC responding in kind with a nice Muay Thai combination, but Persu feeling confident in the pocket. And that's why right hook lands, doubles up to the body, comes up top with a lead hook, and the front kick on the end. Snapped something. I think
these guys are just throwing it, man. Both people are compromised at this point, and now we got a fight on our hands. Both fighters exchanging rocks there, and JC still going for it. No matter if it's the left leg or the right leg, he wants to establish just throwing that leg kick there, Bailey.
What a big first round for both men right here. I mean, the damage and the stamina done on one side by Persu, but the leg kick damage done by JC21. Great start to this matchup between the two of them. Got to the outside of that jump knee with a little sidestep right there. Put it back on him, but he's trading in the pocket again. That's what got him dropped. We will go to a second round with big damage on both sides right there. Who'd you give that round to, boxer?
Oh man, that's going to be tough, Bailey. But if I think I would have to get an edge to Persu on that one, just because of the rocks and just because of the stamina advantage right there. And one thing you got to be careful of and cognizant when you're throwing that power back leg, that's going to do a lot of damage to your stamina. I mean, you see the life lead there by Persu, and so I think that's giving him an advantage in this fight, baby.
Yeah, and some big shots beating up the body there as well. Stalking his man once again, JC21 going inside leg kick. The checks need to come out for Persu. Double pull counters on both sides. Nice chop, and stayed in the pocket that time with the left hook, which does land nicely. Good adjustment from JC21. Chops low again. And at some point, Persu is going to have to address this and start down blocking. It's going to make him vulnerable in the head health department, but he doesn't really have a choice, boxer.
Yeah, doesn't have a choice at all right now. Persu looks like he's doing a really good job. Conor McGregor has those fast hands, and he's showing it with all of that speed and all that power. But he has to watch out because his leg health is vulnerable right now. And JC is taking advantage of that. And look at there, we got the stance switch there, and JC is still attacking those legs, baby.
Oh, they're just banging, boys and girls. Look at this. Persu going with a left hook opposite JC's. The stance switch back into southpaw means they're just mirroring it. And they're slugging it out. There's that tip. We saw it time well. Lead hook to the body just to continue the bit of damage there, but that one was blocked. The two landed nicely. And that head kick that Persu has been looking for this whole fight, once again blocked by JC, who's toe-to-toeing. Don't forget, this is how he got rocked before. That's his own left hand rear uppercut. Nice movement of the head right there to stay in the game. Had no choice from Persu. Lost all his block and his head health. Kept him alive. Now pursuing the body again. Caught once more by JC. They're slugging it out, Boxer.
Yeah, right now, that was a great sequence of events right there by JC. Able to kick, and he is just land now both legs are hurt of Persu, and it doesn't even matter. JC is just throwing them. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to leave the head open right there. You see another rock there, and right now he is just going for it, letting that stamina recover, and then let's see what JC is going to do. And every time he throws, kick Bailey, he's getting a rock.
I thought he rocked him right there with the quick bubble.
Look at there, knocked down.
Yeah, he's
Bailey,
got no
can we
choice.
see a stoppage by leg kick?
Oh man, the diving punch straight back on top. He's going to go for it again. Where's
He's
the
going
up
again.
kick from
All right,
Persu
now
right
he wants
here?
to do an up kick here.
I don't know
Persu
why
has
he's
to do
not
an
going
up
for
kick.
it. On top, I mean, he's just beating him up here as the Irishman, JC21, making that Conor McGregor pick pay on Persu's side of things. Tries to get a little full guard sweep, nothing doing. JC back on the feet, jumps down with another right hand and another one.
Okay, Bailey, explain right now what we're seeing and what Persu needs to do so this doesn't keep happening.
Spam X like a crazy person. I mean, obviously you have to, if JC starts pulling him out, but he should be able to just spam X over and over again. It's better than taking this damage. He's probably worried about the legs, maybe. That's why he's just jumping straight on top. He's able to land it over and over again. But good recognizing by JC, kind of just trolling him a little bit now. I'm going to be honest, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at this level, you know, everyone should know almost everything on this game. And JC recognizing like, hey, maybe he doesn't know, and he's going to take advantage of that huge diving punch over and over and over again. But you can't stop that. You can't mitigate that. But the leg health here on Persu is just, I mean, it's very low right now, and you have to respect it, and that's going to leave you open to head strike.
Oh, that was nice there. He's got the stamina, just Persu, tons of stamina. Damn, those legs still so vulnerable now. Gonna try and transition to side control. Nothing doing. Nice deny right there from Persu, back to the feet. But this is a dangerous game, man. He can't fight at range. The leg kicks are there. He's trying to get close enough to just bang the hook so he can catch a rock. There's that up kick.
Alien, they're listening.
Good advice from the corner, apparently, between rounds, Boxer.
Maybe they're listening to the broadcast, but that's exactly what you need to do. Now look at these spinning kicks here. JC just having fun, Bailey, and just doing what he wants to do. And this is a good place to have your opponent where they're so vulnerable on their legs. They have to respect it, and at any time you can do a spinning back kick. But man, look at Persu still applying that pressure, Bailey.
He needs to be careful because you can't really throw leg kicks when you're on your back like this. And this is Persu who's just taken all of this space, and now he knows what weapons come, and it makes it a little bit easier sometimes because you know where to block. JC going for the spinning elbow. It does land. He was blocking low rear uppercut. There's enough in there to finish it, and I think we go side control.
Wow.
Oh no! Remember, you're fighting for your team here, JC21. You want the win, man.
JC may be playing with his food a little bit, feeling very comfortable. Can understand why, but Bailey, like you said, the best thing for a person may be to close that space so you can mitigate the damage of those legs, and then just protect your head at that point.
I mean, it seems crazy to me just get the win because, TK are up 1-0 right now. EK need a win to stay in this best of 3, and JC not diving on it there. Maybe he didn't want to risk missing and getting swept because of the stamina difference, but I think he probably would have been fine. Happy to just maybe even play it a little safer and guarantee the round, that confident in his top game that he's not going to let Persu back to the feet. You've got 5-star elbows in Leon Edwards, but not much activity from JC right now. Just going to hold top position. Yeah, there we go. Take the mount transition. So yeah, just being as serious as he can be.
Safe as possible, because like us common fighters, we would just see an open and just mash buttons, mash, kill, get him out of there. But these guys are very smart and cerebral, right? And so, you know, he's just keeping it safe, keeping that control, because he's won this fight so far. All he needs to do is just maintain his top position for a victory.
For sure, yeah. Perseus not able to get back to his feet. He was walking him down a little bit in that round as well. Don't forget. So it was good that Jay timed the spinning elbow. Not much choice for Perseus. He's been hit so many different places. The legs just create so many opportunities to attack the head. Gonna get the snap down on the get up and stand back up. Oh, one more diving elbow to make it official right here. And yeah, I think that goes the way of JC21. So much damage done to the legs. Set him up for the head strikes towards the end. Good pressure, good kicking game from the outside. He'd get caught a few times by Perseus, who wanted to fight on the back foot, but that's always a great way to take care of that boxer. You force them to have to defend, you know, low. It's a lot easier to land leg kicks than it's to land body kicks. If you're retreating with someone with a high footwork stat, you can just step out of range of those body kicks sometime, and you whiff big on those body kicks. They cost you stamina, but if you chop the legs, it's a high consistency move. You can do some damage. You can force the guy on the back foot to have to change game plan. That's what he did.
Yeah, exactly. So unanimous decision going straight to JC like we thought. And Balian, we're tied up again. TK getting a win with Gavin. EK getting a win with JC21. So that sets us up for the third and final fight in this match. And Balian, what are you seeing so far in this tie scenario?
I mean, it's great that so many of these matchups have gone to a best of 3, and this is just week 1 for PlayStation here. There's 8 teams, so there's going to be 7 weeks of competition. Everyone is going to play everybody. And right now, it's even. I want to see how these other matchups play out throughout the season. In fact, let's have a quick look at the season. Now you guys have seen some of these teams tonight. You can see how some of these other matchups might shake out. The winning teams already tonight. Dark came in with a win, as did No Mercy right here as well. So future matchups from them, they of course will play everyone. Next weekend we will see Dark take on No Mercy. So the 2 guys that have won so far this season, they're not going to get a win next week because one of them has to lose as well. B3, we haven't seen them yet. They're taking on the Tune Squad later on tonight, but yeah, they'll be taking on the Kings. EK will draw KIA right there as well. So yeah, great matchups. But here we go. The final one here is one apiece for Team Dark and for the Killers in Action. No, that is incorrect. I'm sorry. It's one apiece here for TK and EK. And there they go into the third matchup at featherweight here. The pick is on Ungodly. Azura's Frame has locked it in at featherweight boxer.
Okay, now what we're looking at is EK, Azura's Flame, well-rounded fighter, elite distance management, very important, you know, in this game. Fight-changing combinations, ungodly, high pressure, adaptable, and is a striker. So an elite striker at that. I've seen ungodly. So this fight right now at featherweight, let's see what they lock in. Maybe we'll see the new Alexander Volkanovski versus that Conor McGregor pickup. We already know how dangerous Conor McGregor is, but can you mitigate some of that if you're able to take it down with Volkanovski here? This new 5-star Volkanovski, bald head Volkanovski. Can't wait to see it, how this new version of the fighter plays out here in the ESFL. This is a high-level match, one apiece for TK versus EK. Whoever wins takes the match. Bailey in here, round 1. What do you see?
Well, here we go. I mean, EK back in the red corner here. Azura's Flame, TK in the blue with Ungodly. And we've got a pressure striker here taking on someone who throws a lot of combinations. So expect those quick combinations on the back foot to stop that pressure. With the kicking game on display for both men so far, as is the stance switching. Ungodly chopping low to the outside of that Volkanovski lead leg. Oh man, the combos are coming out from both guys. The power showing through right there with Ungodly's McGregor pick, though. That's something Azura's going to have to be careful about, trading this close and this early in the fight.
Yeah, exactly. And both of these fighters are landing a lot. And I like to see what happens at the very beginning. And it looks and it looks like Ungodly took the stamina advantage slightly here, and maybe won that back and forth exchange, but they both exchanged a lot of punches there, baby.
Yeah, they're both just doing the old straight lead uppercut. Great way to stop any pressure fighter. Has been part of the meta for a long time now. Gotta thank Pryoxis for that one, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he invented it, but I saw it on his YouTube channel way back in the day. Straight lead uppercut, that's the one. We'll see him later on tonight with the Tune Squad, but right now the forward pressure from Ungodly, but Azura timing those leg kicks on the break, spinning elbow as well. That's a great way to keep an opponent a little bit worried about coming forward, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, Balian, that does a lot of damage, even if it all lands on the block. The straight lead uppercut, straight. And you got to be able to recognize that and slip off the spin on the center line. But look at there, already a rock there from Ungodly, using this Conor McGregor pickup here. Wow, that's very fast, Balian. I didn't even see what he threw. What did he throw, Balian?
It was just a beautiful little sequence where Azura defended perfectly, countered, and then Ungodly landed that kick on the break perfectly as well. These guys are both so good. Landing shots, countering shots, and then landing on the break as well. There's the outside leg kick into the two, but a nice two-piece return there. That leg kick stopped that hook, and this is good use of the leg kicks from Azura. You got high-level moves. Volkanovski, chip away. We just saw what leg damage can do to a Conor McGregor pick, so it's the right idea. As the pressure keeps coming from Ungodly, he's going to have to think about it. Nice job blocking there, but the head kick gets blocked as well, but that doesn't.
Wow.
Nice liver shot.
Wow. Okay, yeah, and you usually don't see a lot of Conor McGregor pickups using that kick power, because his kick power is only a 91, but he's still serviceable and able to get the job done there. But let's see what Flame is going to have to do to make a comeback here, because right now it seems like Ungodly is doing most of the damage here, baby.
I don't know about that, but definitely there is a rock. Keeping their head on a swivel is Azura's Flame, having to stay honest. He's chopped a lot of their legs, but yeah, Ungodly sneaks it through, gets a rock in this round. Probably going to steal it as a result. It's been very close. Nice job pulling out a range, though, from Azura, who's looking to grind him out a little bit here. Work the legs, hit the body, make this a bit of a longer contest than what we're seeing. 1-2, head kick gets blocked. More pressure, though, towards the end of the round. Nice little switch kick to the body as well. Very, very close and high-level fight, Boxer.
Yeah, definitely. But, okay, you got a 99 cardio for Alexander Volkanovski. All right, so Flame does have that in his back pocket, but he needs to turn things around right now, because Ungodly is putting on an ungodly performance here, getting rock after rock here on Azura's Flames, doing a good job. And looks like he recovered nicely coming out here in the second round, baby.
I think Azura's doing a good job. He's just eating that liver shot and then going in for the exchange. But the tempo and speed that he's mixing up his combinations has been working, as well as those leg kicks. 8 more of those body kicks. Tried to level change to the double leg. Nice job by Ungodly, sprawling out here. Gets a knee to the body. Going to take advantage as well, as the stamina has to regen. And a nice stiff 2. One more time. The volume is there for Azura, but he's eating the big shots, Boxer.
Bang, bang there by Ungodly. Just able to land that jab, follow by that roundhouse kick to the body. And look at there, now he's feeling a little bit comfortable. You're seeing a little bit more spinning techniques coming out here by Ungodly. Just really got to watch just all of the different techniques coming out, because Conor McGregor definitely has fast hands, but definitely has an arsenal of kicks that can come out at all angles.
Yeah, but Azura now moving the head on the inside, threatening with that spinning elbow again. He landed this beautiful 4-piece combination not too long ago, now pressuring and trying to keep this in boxing range. Got to be careful exchanging. That pull counter is putting him in so much trouble, though. If I was his corner, I'd be telling him to abandon that, as now he goes back to the wrestling, to the body. He's an uppercut, though, well recognized by Ungodly, who's going to try and swarm for the finish here, Boxer. This might be enough. Here comes the shots, but still in it.
Wow, right there, when you're in close and you got that speed of Conor McGregor and he has that fast hands perk, you're not going to beat him to the punch in that scenario. And that's where I saw that perk come taking advantage here, and it might just win this match here for TK and Ungodly here. Nice pickup there by Conor McGregor and utilizing those perks to their full advantage. But like you said, Bailey, okay, now they're on top. Can he keep this position? But look there, Bailey, an awkward position to get a sweep during the transition, Bailey.
Yeah, that's a big win right there for Azura, who at the very least just needed it to be able to try and even the score here. You get some free ground and pound damage off. That's a high level stat on Volkanovski, so you can try and even the playing field and try and set himself up for a third round win here, because Ungodly got a rock in the first, probably won that, has put it on him here in the second, so Azura has to go for the finish in the third and has a minute here to try and set himself up for it. It's going to be tough regardless. Look at the armbar from the bottom, got 50 seconds, and I love an armbar from Full Guard in this game. It is almost a 100% finish rate if you can get the stamina advantage. As long as you can beat this right here, it's going to be a quick slam, and he gets the donation. He's finished this. It's going to go 50-50 by this final stage. The strikes are coming in. This is an armbar, I guarantee, from Ungodly and Conor McGregor as he slams it in home. Unfortunate for Azura to get caught in that whilst getting the takedown, but a well-rounded game on display for Ungodly. We love an armbar from Full Guard.
Bailey, and that, I mean, he's cinched in that submission so fast after he got the transition denial. That was just some high level, beautiful techniques there, especially from Conor McGregor, who is not the best in submissions there. I mean, that was so fast after that transition denial. It was literally ungodly, and that was a very impressive finish there. Full Guard. I mean, what position was that? Where he got that arm bar from the bottom, Balian? Very impressive.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a great technique right there. I mean, some of you guys obviously will know how good the armbar is. There's some subs that are banned. I'm not trying to say it's the best one, but if you can practice that armbar there, you can stop that slam. As long as it's 50-50, you get to that third stage where you're going to drop those hammer fists. You've got that locked up. So I love the armbar from Full Guard. And it's on display right there tonight with a low submission snap on a Conor McGregor pick. Gets it done over Volkanovski, who has amazing sub defense in this game because of what Brian Ortega did to him, and didn't tap him. So he has a great sub defense stat. But obviously, it's a combination of the skill level from Ungodly to lock that in. Also beating him to the button prompt that comes up on the screen for the slam. Also, maybe even having the knowledge that was going to come up and knowing exactly when the stage and the timing in that stage of when it's going to appear. But also there, good work on the feet from Ungodly. Not just that, he was probably going to win that fight. Azura had to kind of set himself up, I was talking about, for a win in the third round. But it doesn't matter, Boxer. We can analyze it all we want. The fact of the matter is the Kings officially go 2-1 over EK tonight in week 1 of PlayStation. They will be on the board with some score points and all that jazz. That's got to feel good for the Kings.
Yeah, and that was huge. I mean, TK came in here and got it done. But what do we have up next, Balian? Do you say Toon Squad, or is it like Toon Squad versus
You're
B3?
ready for this one. You're ready for this one. I think a lot of people are here tonight. I know Prioxis is going to do his little watch along here as well on YouTube. The fans and the teams are going to be showing up, but he's going up against Bang Bang's Bullies, and a lot of people here wanted to see Prioxis versus Bang Bang. Let's take a look at the team lineup for this, our 4th team matchup of tonight, our final team matchup here, guys. We've had 3 so far. Winner's already been crowned, but here we go. The Toon Squad, or the Toon Squad, however you want to say it. I preferred your way, that's fine. Taking on Bang Bang's Bullies. So, Toon Squad lock in, Jonathan, then Prioxis, then Aussie Kid. Pry going in the number 2 slot tonight. On the other side of things, B3, who have also got a team over on Xbox as well. This is their PlayStation team, locking on Leon Stoltz, Host Ninja, who will take on Pride. Great competitor there, and Host Ninja, what a matchup we've got. And then Bang Bang himself taking on the Aussie Kid. Lots of representation here tonight from different teams. This is a stacked lineup. The first fight is ready. Coin toss won by Toon Squad. They want to go women's bantamweight here. Jonathan has a chance to get a point on the board early in this best of 3, and he is taking on Leon Stoltz. Let's go to the fighting Boxer.
Okay, now let's look at Jonathan first here for the Toon Squad. Solid striking, good everywhere, and fast reactions. Okay, now he's taking Leon Stoltz. Technical pressure, willingness to adapt, and can wrestle with the best of them. But let's see who they pick up here. Let's see who wants to wrestle, but this is going to be a stand-up fight. When you talk about Chris Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes, this is almost as good as it gets down here in the women's division, just because of the power of both of these fighters here. We talking a 97 power versus a 98 power. Like, you can't make a mistake. It reminds me of like a heavyweight fight. This fight could be over with in round one, especially when you got these elite fighters, Balian, that know how to box. They know how to throw these combinations together with all of this power and all of this speed. Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, what more can you ask for? Balian, round one, take it away.
Here we go. Team Squad in the red corner tonight on the left-hand side of your screen, going against B3, who will be blue all night. They're expecting people to grapple with them in this competition in this season because B3 are very confident in their striking. Already Leon on the pressure, toe-to-toe with the Cyborg pick. Long right hand, but before that, the uppercut lands, double shot to the body to try and follow it up. A slip off the center line right here from Jonathan trying to get this pressure off him, but Leon landing hard and early there, Boxer.
Yeah, like we said, it could be over with in the round one when you got all of this power here coming out from Amanda Nunes. However, you got to watch out because that power right now that Jonathan has is even a little bit more powerful with Chris Cyborg, but a huge rock there early by Leon Stoltz.
Yeah, pressure, but Jonathan now landing to the body, rear uppercut there, and the lead uppercut as well, excuse me. Now the two coming back up with a three, extending perhaps too long on the combinations, but it's getting it done for him. Slip straight lead overhand, doesn't land. Leon takes full advantage of the stamina loss as a result, tries to close the distance. Two lead uppercut. He's loving that all night long. Jonathan happy to engage in this war though. This is the first round. They did set it for 5 again, someone accidentally, but I don't know if it'll go past the third here. We'll see. They are landing damage already, Boxer.
Yeah, and what I see right now, Jonathan likes to throw 2 combinations in a row. His first combination, he usually goes down low. So let's see if Leon Stoltz can recognize that and land a uppercut. And then the second flurry of combinations that he likes to throw is all upstairs and usually ending with a round strike. So let's see how Leon is able to adapt to that there. But great combinations coming out there from Jonathan, looking very fluid here.
Yeah, he's just taking a little bit too much damage, perhaps kind of hard not to when you're faced against the power of Nunes, but going through a 3 rounds here. Oh, they're going to quit. All right. They want to make sure that they do this properly. All right. You know what? I ain't mad at it, Boxer.
All right, you ain't mad at that, Bailey?
No,
even what if you got your rock early there? What is that, Bailey? Is that Cowboy?
It's his fault for not doing the 5 rounds in it. Well, no, of course, the red corner hosting, so they should have set it up. But at the same time, look, this is the final matchup tonight. We're all having a good time. It's Sunday. We're going to go back to work tomorrow. Let's get a bit more. We get an extra 10 minutes out of this. We'll be all right, won't we?
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they pick up that same matchup. I mean, that's a very intriguing matchup here. There and I mean it looking like it wasn't going to go 5 rounds anyway, but I understand. Let's back it out, let's do it right. But it looks like we're going to have a war on our hands here if they pick those same fighters, baby.
Yeah, they will have to lock in those same fighters here as well. But yeah, in case you didn't hear tonight, guys, the lineup we had, can we just get a quick look at the event card so I can just read off the winners tonight who won in week 1 here, PlayStation. This is going to be going on for 7 weeks all the way through to December, but here we go. So we had Showtime Killers taking on No Mercy. No Mercy go 2-1 over the Showtime Killers tonight. Dark going 2-1 over KIA in a very, very close matchup there. TK taking the win there, 2-1 over EK tonight. And now we move to our 4th and final. We're going to find it out tonight. It's Tune Squad. It's B3. They've gone back in. Jonathan in the red corner, as with everybody tonight on the Tune Squad. This side of the screen. B3 on the opposite. Get back to this fight. Same picks. And I do understand what you're saying. You got the rock, but you also get time to see what the strategy is, Boxer, and make some preemptive adjustments as well.
Okay, let's see if it plays out the same way again. Guys was able to back it out. No harm, no foul. We're setting it back up. You never know. Let's see. What's going to be interesting to me, I want to see if Jonathan is able to avoid getting rocked so early and maybe have a better start than he did in the first go around here. So
yeah, he's probably going to be aware that the combinations of Leon are going to come out nice and fast. They've also turned competitive HUD on as well this time, so neither man can see what's going on. I understand why you do that. It does mean that we can't give that level of analysis, Boxer, but it's fine. We'll get over it. We'll deal with it. It's fine. Lead hook straight there as well. Lead uppercut straight to the body, mixing up the timing and the targets there for Jonathan, who's looking way more composed, as is Leon. Leon's not trying to force anything. I say that right hand landed twice, and you really can't eat very many of those.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe when you get a chance to get your jitters and your butterflies out, you know, once you had that, you know, before the reset. Look at Ea right now. Adjustments that I've already seen, you know, made by Jonathan, taking advantage of that first match. But this is a whole new match here, and Jonathan looking composed, like you're saying, but Leon able to land a nice combination of his own.
Yeah, Jonathan going toe-to-toe now as well. Maybe not the best idea. That's how we got rocked before. It was that rear uppercut that Leon threw, looping up the middle, that rocked Jonathan. It's because he stood right in front of Amanda Nunes, something he doesn't want to do. He's reaching with those strikes as well, which means when that jab comes out, it is interrupting him sometimes. And now the chopping low leg kicks. Lead hook doubled up on it. Landed twice there for Leon. And again, he's walking into all this damage as Jonathan Boxer. It's going to just cause more to those stats, that head health, that body health, whatever he gets hit with.
Yeah, he has to be careful and watch out, because if you're playing it, then those strikes are going to come out fast there by Leon, and that's exactly what he's doing. And then this time in this fight, he definitely chose to land a couple of leg strikes, which is very surprising here, because I thought this would be a straight boxing match here, and it's going back and forth, Balian. Not sure who's winning up to this point.
Yeah, if you're playing Cyborg, though, you do want to mix it up, get some knees in there, do whatever you can. Leon's boxing is looking very good, doubling up on the jab, but he's done it 2-3 times now. Now the 2-3 met him in return from Jonathan, so he's making the reads on that. Leon was looping a lovely uppercut. He threw the overhand a couple of times last round, and it's that low level changing to the body that's also setting up other things. Double jab, right hand lands, and a long two on the break as well. This block is getting broken right now. There's the lead uppercut. Jonathan gets dropped early. 1 minute left in this round, and still no block left, no head movement for Jonathan either, Boxer, and he's taking a hell of a lot of damage right there.
Yeah, and so what I'm seeing right now, Leon is setting a lot of things up behind that double jab, and that's one thing that you got to make sure. Don't let nobody land like two strikes on your block and then throw a combination, because a lot of that stuff is going to bleed through, Balian, and that's exactly what we saw. Leon able to get a huge knockdown here in round one.
Yeah, he went 1-2 to the body, and then he went double jab, right hand, and that set everything up. It was great, and there's the 1-2 to the body. You got to look out for that three-piece coming out after it as well. Exchanging in the pocket, confident in the chin and the power. Definitely a first round there for B3's Leon Stoltz.
Wow, very impressive. This is a nice composed plan of attack, but it's still applying pressure, and that's what's very impressive right here. And he's not overcommitting, not moving his head too much, just staying safe, but just knowing the things to do. Block break, you know, controlling distance, throwing the right combinations at the right time. Very impressive there by Stoltz. But round two here, let's see what Jonathan is able to do for him and Toon Squad.
Nice four-piece. Yeah, B3 have got some good guys, and Leon Stoltz showing up tonight, just putting everyone on note for this entire season. You've got to have to deal with this guy when your team's up against B3, and this is not an easy fight to deal with. And also, if Jonathan does drop this fight here, that puts a ton of pressure on the Captain Pry in his fight, because if he loses that, they will lose this best of three already there before the third fight can even get started. So Jonathan back on those combinations, landed a nice four-piece earlier there as well, mixing things up with the front kick, but it gets tagged by the right hook. Triple shot through the body. Now knees up the middle and an uppercut on the break that might do some big damage. Doesn't throw it. So there we go, but still more damage absorbed by Jonathan Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. Jonathan got rocked there, and then inside of that clinch there. Look at there. Huge combination there by Stoltz, able to get a knockdown, and Balian following it up right now on the ground. Went right into half guard there. Yeah. But look at there, already transitioning into full mount. Very safe position here by Stoltz, able to gather.
End it.
This could be it, Balian. Yeah, some huge punches here. That's all she wrote. Leon Stoltz came in and got the job done right here in the second round. Very impressive performance there against a very high level Jonathan there. Balian, what did you see at the end of that sequence?
Well, I mean, Leon just really turned it up. Unfortunately, Jonathan defensively had no block left. and he couldn't move the head. There was no head movement, and he was also going backwards and forwards, got caught up in that game. You know, Leon would land 3 shots on the block. Jonathan would just fire back, and then, you know, Leon would just block the 3 shots and then go again. And because of the difference in the stats at that point already, he was just able to just win the trade. So Jonathan unfortunately got caught up in the trades with Leon. Wasn't able to really find a game plan to sort of stop the boxing of Leon really there. Boxer kind of went toe-to-toe, decided to try and box with Leon, and lost that battle, which is tough to do against Amanda Nunes, but also clearly tough to do against Leon Stoltz. That's 1 point on the board for B3, Boxer.
Yeah, Leon Stoltz just really showing elite level boxing there. I mean, I'm very impressed at that, but that really sets us up for a must win. A lot of pressure here, but if somebody can handle that pressure, it's definitely going to be the leader of the Toon Squad with Prioxis. But he is fighting one of the elite fighters in Host Ninja, Balian. So with Prioxis, he has a simulation style approach, okay, to his fighting. A legendary fight IQ, all around fighter, on the ground, on the feet. Now Host Ninja, elite game knowledge. I've even gone to Host Ninja for knowledge on the game, high level experience, elite at grappling. So Balian, this matchup right here in the welterweight division, not sure who they're going to lock up. What do you see here between these two fighters and all of the pressure that is on Prioxis right now to get this win?
Well, the first thing I'm noting is Pry may have shifted his pick up here because there's no RDA being hovered over for Pry. It was Host Ninja that picked welterweight. Prioxis gets to make the first pick, and he's going to go Conor McGregor here against, well, he gets the first pick technically, yeah, against the Usman. That is a tough situation to be in if you're Prime, and he's got a ton of advantages that he can take advantage of. That, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, we know Host Ninja's a good grappler as well as he is a striker. So I expect Host Ninja to be chasing that takedown in this one, Boxer. But here we go, B3 up 1-0 right now. All the pressure's on Prioxis to keep his team, the Toon Squad, in it. He's been training all week on YouTube, got the community behind him. Definitely one of the best IQs in the game. And here we go, a great matchup here. Second to last fight of the evening. One more after this, ladies and gentlemen. Prioxis in the red corner for the Toon Squad. Host Ninja in the blue for B3.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking right now Prioxis will have the advantage while this is on the feet. But if this thing goes to the ground, just because of how elite Kamaru Usman is, just with that 89 bottom control of Conor McGregor, Prioxis doesn't want to be there. But every fight starts on the feet. Right now, he has the advantage with Conor McGregor. Look, Bailey already quick, but look at this. Prioxis is on it and able to get the takedown denial, Bailey. Wow.
Fantastic deny by Pry. Not easy to do that, especially early when the shot comes out quick. He's also committing to the 2 to the body. Nice as well. Double step out to get rid of those clinch attempts. That's 3 of those he's avoided now. But the 2 to the body, there it is again. An investment in that long-term stamina that will definitely help him take over. Usman's been a great counter pick to Conor because you can actually trade in the pocket if you're playing Usman. He has the power now. Finally gets the clinch. Late denial for Pry. Says no. That's 4 takedowns. No, sorry, that's 2 takedowns denied now. A jump knee. This is good so far for Pry. A great start. That jab, though, eating up the block and now tagging the chin as well.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like Prioxis is on point with that takedown denial because Kamaru Usman definitely has a high takedown stat. And so you got to really be cognizant of that. And look, he's going for it again, Balian. I mean, he just wants to be clinching and staying in close range with this Conor McGregor here. And it could be anybody's fight right now, but so far, Conor McGregor and Prioxis doing a really good job here at taking the advantage.
Well, the problem is he's losing that block as well, and he's being walked down. So the defensive head movement there was great. This has obviously changed to the ground situation now, but the problem because Host Ninja was walking him down, Pry wasn't really able to do much, just conscious of how low his head and block got. So he was on the back foot. Host took advantage of that, finally closed the distance for the takedown, got it. Pry gets a half guard back here as well. Let's see what he can do with it. The Host Ninja, the power of Usman shows through and how much damage he takes to the block and to the head health.
Safe Trent.
Feel out here maybe, Boxer.
Yeah, safe submission right here. And when you had this matchup, you want to just be grappling because of the grinder perk or the workhorse perk for Kamaru Usman.
Oh, no.
And anytime that you're grappling, you're using less stamina than your opponent. So that's the strategy here that Host Ninja wants to do, whether it's on the feet or on the ground. Just grapple Conor McGregor. And look at there. A nice reversal there from Prioxis. Now he's on top because he's no slouch on the ground himself, Bailey.
Yeah, that was great. Host Ninja being aggressive with his transitions. Pry recognized it, shows the fake to half guard, and then hits him with the counter as Host tries to step over the full mount, gets the easy sweep, turns it around. Not much time left, but definitely gives him cause for concern. Drain the gas tank a little bit more, and definitely going to give Pry some confidence going into this next round.
Yeah, exactly. And then, believe it or not, Kamaru Usman is only at 89 on that bottom control, so not the best on the ground when it comes to the bottom. So now let's see. I'm thinking Prioxis maybe if taking that first round here. Let's see if Host Ninja can get the fight to the ground a lot earlier here in the second round.
The only problem is how hard Usman hits, and every time a hand touches Pry, he's losing block or head health. And I know he wants to play defensively and move his head. He's doing a great job, but if he's on the back foot and he's going second every time, he will eventually lose this war of attrition. He's got to get those combos going, just like he did to stop Host Ninja coming forward and being free to just throw strikes at his block, beat him up. Lovely level change, and that single went to a double. Unfortunately for Pry, not able to stop that one. 1 minute into this first round here. Gonna get the backside transition though. Pry very, very good on the ground, always has been, but struggled previously in the ESFL, but not tonight, Boxer.
Yeah, doing a very good job here on the ground. I mean, I feel like Host Ninja has gotten this fight to where he wants, but once he got there, it's not what he wanted to happen because Priox is able to verse.
He's doing better on the feet, if you ask me, dude.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. He should. He may want to abandon that game plan. And like you said, because Kamaru Usman, even though he only has a 95 power, which is above average, the move level is really what takes his striking to the next level. 5-star jab, 4 stars in all of the other category. So you really got to be cognizant of that. Let's see if he's going to get reversal here. Priox is all over it on the ground, Bailey. And I think he wants to take this back to the feet.
He's really struggling in half guard top because he doesn't have an arm triangle fake, so he's faking that full mount. Very risky to do. The second time he did it, it got denied. So yeah, I think you're right. Back to the feet. Stay away from it. You have it there. Pull counter, lead hook into the straight lead uppercut. Nice job landing a 3-piece after a 1 counter shot there where most people would throw it. And that's Prioxis trying to find a home for his damage. Problem is, again, at range, Host Ninja with the power, the 1, the 2. It's touching him back inside with the 1-2, and then the lead uppercut this time.
Yeah, I mean, Priox is looking real good. Got to watch his stamina there, but he's showing you just why he's so elite here. I mean, we've already saw how elite he is if he's able to perform that well with Conor McGregor against the Kamaru Usman. But now, whenever you talk about standing up with the Conor McGregor and that skill of Prioxis, you're talking about just a elite scenario, and you see that pull counter there by Prioxis there, just landing it with precision there, and Prioxis is looking real comfortable here on the feet here. Let's see if Host Ninja can do something to turn this fight around, baby.
Yeah, the question is who is winning this round. Pry's landing the damage, had top position as well. You got to think it's Pry, but just the consistency of how many times Host Ninja has been able to connect gives cause for concern here. He is definitely still landing on the block and on the chin. Pry's being able to put off the big counters, but it's hard to tell what the stats show or how the judges will score it. Pry constantly on the back foot once again, cannot stop Host Ninja's pressure, even when he pivots, even when he teeps him. He's straight back down like a steamroller. It's so hard to keep the Kamaru Usman player off you, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because he has so much stamina, but the life lead still is going to Host Ninja because Conor McGregor, he has a 90 cardio, so you always have to watch out for that. But in a 3-round fight, it's not going to come into play as much. As you see, that's a nice recovery there with Conor McGregor. And coming out into round 3, I would think they're going to keep this fight standing because Host Ninja needs a knockout.
I don't know about that. I mean, he might be winning these rounds, Boxer. It's honestly quite hard to tell. And there's a nice elbow as well. Ducked under by Pry, keeps himself in it. The hip toss, will the late deny happen? No, not this time. Host getting there. Pry instantly transitioning out with the stamina difference. But I don't know, Boxer. I really don't. I mean, Host might be up 2 rounds. Pry might be up 2 rounds. It's honestly hard for me to tell.
Yeah, you never know.
That's not good.
But right now, in this third round, Host Ninja doing exactly what he needed to do. He's definitely put a statement on this fight here with a rock and followed by a takedown, getting transition denials. I mean, he's landing shots, and he has Prioxis right here in a very strong submission. Now, Bailey, he needs to that's what I was getting ready to say. Are you going to keep this one? Because if you fail, you'll end up on the bottom. Host Ninja, let it go.
This is the third round. He can take this body damage most likely. So he's not going to be too concerned about being here in sprawl. And he tried the side get-up. I mean, I don't watch Pry enough or know too much about his game, about his go-to get-ups here, but that's not always an easy one to hit from this position. And those fakes are going to stop the ref from standing you up. And, you know, if Host Ninja is up, if he believes he's up, then he can ride this round out and win it.
Oh, I mean, made a mistake. I've done that before. You make a mistake and you hit that home button.
Got the stand up anyway.
Oh, man, Bailey, have you ever done that? Man,
no. Either way, they're back on the feet. Trading, Pry trying to land something. Host Ninja sliding back, still tapping. Lead hook from Host Ninja has been pull counted a ton. Pry could do with another one of them. But so much damage landed by Host. Jab, lead hook again. This time Pry ducks under, shows him the fake rear uppercut to the body, nails him with that, slips to the inside, and now he has to go. He has to find a combination to get something together. It really depends who's winning this fight, and I have no idea.
And the thing is, I feel the sense of urgency coming out of both of these fighters here. Priox is pouring on that pressure, but there it is right there. The Host Ninja coming right back with combinations of his own. I mean, it gets no better than this. A minute, 15 seconds. It could be anybody's fight in this third round. Toon Squad needs this win here by Priox is here, and he needs the stamina to recover here, Bailey. This could go either way.
The uppercut is banging up the middle. Host Ninja's recognized how much Pry is dipping. He's already been caught once with it. He really has to watch that uppercut. If he can slip off to the side of it to the right, he can load that left hand and put him out. Read that incoming uppercut after all these level changes, but Host popping him still with the jab, the straight, the jab, the straight. The damage is insane. Pry trying to find a home for something. There's another dip. Will the uppercut land? What's going to happen? 20 seconds left.
Wow, in this 20 seconds, I think a lot still can happen here. It could go either way. Going to come down to this last sequence. Can somebody get a rock off? Can somebody land one more strike? Wow. Bailey, not sure who won that. Like you said, it could go either way. What are you seeing?
Pry needs a finish, someone says here. Both men looking desperate. Host fighting like he should.
Okay, we'll see.
2-1 to Host. 2-1 to Host as well for ICB.
Wow.
That has to be the Host as Danny. Yeah, lots of people red here says Host as well. 3-0.
All three judges score the contest. 29.
All three, Bailey.
Winner by unanimous decision, Kamaru.
There we go, right there. So Host Ninja gets it done with a win over the second man for Toon Squad tonight. That takes him 2-0, Boxer. So yeah, they will unfortunately lose this series tonight. B3 going 2-0 so far over Toon Squad. We will play the third and final matchup here because when we come to the playoffs, it does matter how many wins you can get across people. But tough fight, very close fight in a lot of ways. But again, Boxer, power of Kamaru Usman, he is just so good now. He is just an unbelievable pick at welterweight. Before, people kind of were also playing him a bit wrong. I feel like loading up on a lot of big hooks when really, if you just keep the ones and twos coming, now that they are, like you said, 5-star, so high level, it's such a tough fighter to fight against in this game.
Exactly. That power of Kamaru Usman, then, you know, he has serviceable speed at 92. And then if you mix it in with what you got to do on the ground and just his cardio, definitely overall well-rounded fighter. And that puts B3, like you said, up to the zip here. But for playoff purposes, we're getting ready to run this third fight here against Ozzy Kid versus Bang Bang. And let's get right into it, baby.
Yeah, we're ready for the fight. The final fight here is going to be at lightweight. And yeah, remember, this is an entire season to play for here as well, guys. This is just week one of a 7-week season. There's plenty of matchups, and the top 4 teams will go to the playoffs. So you're not just fighting to win the season. You got to make the top 4, then the playoffs will happen, and we will crown the champion on the night of the playoffs. A Grand Prix tournament between those top 4 teams. Best of 3s across the board. I believe we might even go 5 men on a team. It's going to be crazy regardless, but you got to make the top 4. So if you lose your first week, it ain't that bad. You only got to beat the other. You got to beat 3 other teams in your category. So
all right, they're getting it done right now. Ozzy Kid, he's elite pressure, high IQ, and very entertaining. Bang bang, fully impressive, master of the art of the broken block, suffering head movement. He's suffocating head movement. So these guys are elite. They got a lot of high IQ stuff going on. I really like the boxing here on this Nate Diaz pickup, you know, but with Bang Bang, we already seen Conor McGregor the whole night. You know what he brings to the table. This is going to be a great fight in real life, and definitely a great fight here in the ESFL last fight of the night.
Yeah, here we go. Aussie Kid representing the Toon Squad in the red corner with the Nate Diaz pick. Love the matchup that we've got here as well. And Bang, with his team tonight, Bang Bang's bullies. Priox brought the Toon Squad. Unfortunately, Pry couldn't get it done, so we've got the other team leader here in B3's Bang Bang trying to get a win, but he's already been dropped with a lead hook. So much pressure early from Bang Bang, just walking into damage, and Nate doesn't hit very hard. It's the accumulation.
No, not at all.
We get a drop in the first round. That is really, really good to get things started here for Aussie Kid.
Yeah, definitely very impressive. Like you said, Nate doesn't hit that hard, only with an 86 on the power, but able to get a huge drop there, and that's really going to play dividends for Aussie Kid here against Bang Bang. But Bang Bang, one of the veterans. We know what he can do. We've seen what he can do at ESFL Live, and I'm pretty sure he's going to collect himself up under some huge adversity right here, but it's early. If it's going to happen, that was the best time to do it there. And let's see what Bang Bang is able to do.
Yeah, and he gets
there.
the full counter there as well. I was about to say, Aussie is now going with that strategy of trying to trade with him. And although he got the best of it early, that doesn't mean he's going to do it for the rest of this round. B3 is beating up the block. He's double tapping it with that jab, and that's really, really going to cause Aussie some problems late. Aussie might want to think about taking a back foot here and trying to just snipe him off, work the body a little, because going toe-to-toe is not working, but he gasses himself out. This Bang Bang gets double rods and dropped right there. Big mistake over-committing by Bang Bang right there, and Aussie made him pay fully.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you throw too many combinations and then your stamina is down, that's going to leave you open and leave you very vulnerable. And we saw what you should do to stop somebody from diving in whenever you're on the ground there, Bailey, and they're back to their feet. And look at Aussie Kid. I mean, he is just in control here with that boxing by Nate Diaz.
Yeah, the 2 to the body are starting all of it, but as soon as he starts to exchange again, Bang Bang is doing the damage. For as much as Bang Bang's overcommitting, done a hell of a lot of damage already to Nate Diaz. Don't even let a chance for that recovery perk to take over there. Just keep working the chin, and you got to respect the power constantly. One rear uppercut sat him down. Aussie has abandoned this 2 to the body that was working so nice for him. Tried to land it there, but the footwork on the Conor McGregor pick helping him, and now he's slipping the jab on the inside with the big hook. Might be a matter of time here for as good work as Aussie has done and then continue to do. Bang Bang knows what he's doing with Conor McGregor. He's hit that block and he's hit that head health hard in this first round, Boxer.
Yeah, exactly. He has. I mean, even though Aussie Kid, you see that signature straight coming out there from Nate Diaz and his high level. That's how he's able to do so much damage here. As soon as I said it, gets a knockdown with it there. But you got to be cognizant now. And then, wow, look at that. Both fighters there are in the red zone there, Bailey, and going back and forth there to end the first round with fireworks. Both of these guys throwing everything at each other and the kitchen sink, Bailey. And wow, just what did you see?
Wrapping it. I mean, we went back to that jab 2 to the body, and then he went jab 2 to the head and smashed him with it. But he got up kicked when he got back up, so they're just trading backwards and forwards here, both just like leaving subtle openings the others are taking advantage of. Aussie planting his feet a little too much still for my liking, especially for that block and that head health. Doesn't need to be trading in the pocket with B3's Bang Bang here, who really is very good with his hands. and does commit to his strikes and loads up for those big power shots, the big left hooks, the uppercuts, making it work for him. But Ozzy wants to keep this a high-paced fight. Touch. And now a liver shot on the break. A 1-2 as he stepped back into pocket. Long, straight left as well as he exits. This is what you want. The lead hook as well. Touching the chin. Triple shot to the body with a rock as well. Nice liver kick. Doesn't get the drop. Not enough power on it. But now has to be careful when chasing. B3 down. No, he doesn't. 2, 3, lands. Double shot to the body. He wants to get at least one win for the Toon squad tonight.
All right, and then you gotta watch out here. Remember, higher altitude there for Nate Diaz kicks in the next round. But man, he has a very good block here, and that's on Nate Diaz with that bulldog perk, and that's really paying dividends. You know, for Ozzy Kid right now, just getting these knockdowns out of nowhere, Bailey, and then rock again. Even though Nate Diaz, he's out of there, Bailey. Out of nowhere.
My goodness.
Wow.
Talk about revenge for the Toon squad right there.
Ooh.
They dropped 2 games, tough matchups. Their team leader Pride gets beaten by Host Ninja, and then bang bang, their team leader comes out, bang bang, and gets put away in the second round in a back and forth fight. Very chaotic, but Aussie Kid sniping him off with the straight. He rocked him with a jab. That's how much damage he had done. He beat the body up, lead hook to the body, left hand, send him reeling there. And that's a clean knockout. Aussie outworking Bang Bang there in a striking battle, Boxer.
Wow, I mean, that was an elite level fight, Balian, and I mean, that fight was so impressive. I kind of want to get online now and play with Nate Diaz. I mean, when I'm looking at all of the perks here from Nate Diaz, even though he doesn't have the statistical stats from his power, all of these perks well then make up for it. And as you can see how it played out, I mean, that played out really good for Ozzy Kid. Very impressive performance against Bang Bang. I mean, this is one of the ESFL greats, OGs, and he just got it done against a very strong Conor McGregor pickup with that Nate Diaz. So very impressive performance there from Ozzy Kid. That's going to play out in the playoff scenarios if you have some tiebreakers or whatever. So you still needed that matchup. But B3 able to pull out that win against Toon Squad. But man, great sequence of events here tonight.
I don't know how many Conor McGregor's won tonight, Boxer, but not a lot of them did. A lot of them got beaten this evening. I mean, maybe someone has been paying attention, but it looks to me Conor might be shifting out of the meta there. I mean, as good as he is, yes, he's definitely still dangerous, and I think every matchup that had a Conor in it was competitive. I think pretty much a lot of them got beaten here tonight. And there have been some stat changes to Conor McGregor as well recently. But yeah, with just a little touch on the Nate Diaz thing, he's got those high-level moves as well. So the power's low, but he's got high-level moves, which brings the power up as well. So there's a lot of good things about picking Nate Diaz, especially at lightweight as well. But there we go, guys. We are done with week 1 of PlayStation here officially. 2 1s across the board. No clean sweeps tonight, Boxer, so it should be a good competitive season between these teams. The winners, No Mercy going 2-1 over the Showtime Killers. Darks going 2-1 over KIA. The Kings going 2-1 over EK. And B3 going 2-1 over the Toon squad tonight. Let's take a look at that season lineup. Season 4 in all its glory, because we will be back next week, moving on to week 2 of Xbox, where there were some great fights. And we have the next week of Xbox, and then we have PlayStation coming up the week after that. But there we go, all the way up to December for you guys. So there we go, we had the matchup. So next week on PlayStation, sorry, we'll just say next time on PlayStation, Team Dark will be taking on No Mercy. Both teams got a win here tonight. B3 will be taking on the Kings. Both of those got a win tonight. So it's kind of interesting. We're getting the winners v the winners and the losers versus the losers in next week's matchup. So that's fun to see. Definitely, that means it will keep things even, Boxer. No one is going to hopefully pick up double losses. Some people will actually. But there is an opportunity for everyone to get redemption, essentially, and for the winners not to sail too far ahead of the pack, potentially by stacking wins, because they will definitely pick up a loss. So I like how this is shaping up here. On the Xbox side of things, next week, we've got B3 taking on EK. We've got Bill for Ankle Picks taking on Diddy Boxing. We've got whoever was a qualified team, I've forgotten, NEX, something like that. I need the bloody sheet up in front of me. Taking on the Flow State Dons right there. And Lethal Weapon Esports taking on the Kingsmen. Great matchups there. Next week on Xbox, September 18th, 2 p.m. CT. You can catch all the action on YouTube and Esports TV as well to keep up with this season. If you're missing it, tell your friends. Tell anyone who likes MMA. Get them to watch an event. I think there'll be a good time. Obviously, only here in the Twitch chat, Boxer. can you play and gamble with those Twitch points, make the predictions, stack them up? I've heard that there are going to be some very exclusive Discord roles that you'll be able to redeem if you can stack your channel points high enough in the Twitch chat here. So if you want to make predictions and keep gambling with the Twitch points, if you get to a certain amount, you'll be able to spend those points and redeem some special rewards that will be very exclusive. So the gambling is happening. We know you guys love it. Anyway, Boxer, thank you for joining us. Appreciate having you here. Everyone always loves to see you. Obviously, you got to join us in Vegas as well, which was fantastic. We got to call some action there. It's always good to see you, my man. How are you feeling about this team format moving forward, man? Are you excited?
Yeah, I think we got the storyline set. We saw a lot of high-level play here, and one thing that I noticed, even though UFC 4 has been out for a while, this thing hasn't gotten stale. People are still getting better, and what I'm seeing right now is everyone fighting at their best, win or lose. All great matches. We got the storylines between the two with all of the teams. And it's a great format. It makes it interesting, and it's not just about you as an individual, but how you fit into your team format. And it's great. The storylines is all new. It's fresh. So nothing but great news, great reviews from that format, Bailey. Yeah, good stuff.
Just a couple of things to consider as well. The players you're going to see every week are going to change. The teams are matched up with each other, but they'll be able to submit different players from their roster. So maybe Prioxis won't be here every week. Maybe Bang Bang won't be here every week, but you'll be able to see a shift. It's all about representing your team. And don't forget, again, it's about coming in the top 4. If you pick up some losses, you can still bounce back. You can still fight for that 4th place spot to get yourself in the qualifier tournament, where we will crown a champion at the end of the season. Of course, there will be money on the line as well, I'm sure, for that belt, that championship. You know, we'll see what happens. I believe, I might be wrong, so don't hate me, but I think all donations coming throughout this season will be going to the prize pool. I believe that is correct. It might get changed. Maybe I shouldn't say these things, but I think that is what we're doing this season as well. So any donations that are coming in are going to go to the prize pool as well. But that's it. Week 1, PlayStation in the books, Xbox in the books. Join us week 2 on Xbox, where things are going to be spicing up, I'm sure. Hope you're enjoying the new season and the format, guys. Again, check us out on Twitter, Discord. If you want to join some teams, get some fights in, some matchups, or just keep up to date with all the latest news and information, we are on Instagram as well as Esports TV, where you can catch us there on your TVs at home. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Week 2 of PlayStation in the books. Week 2 of Season 4 in the books. From myself, Bailey, and I'm a Boxer, all of the ESFL staff, take care of yourselves. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Fast, already try. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
A disadvantage Desire, but then he.
A little too much on Trixie. Nice shooting, good turning.
Watching on Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.